everybody. Welcome to the Steel Toe Evening Show. As usual, I'm excited. I have a great show ready to go for you today. April doesn't even know yet how
Is it
good
good?
this... Oh, it's going to be great. I'm Aaron. That's April.
Hey.
I'm wearing my fat jersey today because, as our 3-year-old rightfully pointed out, it wasn't a statement. It was a question, I believe.
Okay.
And the question was, and I'm quoting her now, why are you flabby?
I didn't know she asked you. I thought she just said flabby.
She said, why are you flabby?
Uh-oh.
Which is doubly insulting because, one, it just automatically assumes that her and I have agreed silently that I'm flabby. And number two, there's a reason that I know that I'm going to give to her. I'll tell you what the reason is. Dad hasn't gone to the gym as much as he used to, and Dad's still eating poorly.
Uh-oh.
So you go down to 215, you eat like a pig, and you go to the gym 2 days a week less, you gain 5 pounds.
That'll do it.
And you lose some muscles. So I am a chubby bag of shit, it looks like. But I'm very excited about tonight's show. Aaron has been unjustifiably pissy with his audience the last 2 days, so no one fuck up tonight. Have I been pissy? I don't think pissy.
Are you bitchy?
I've chewed out a couple of people for wrecking. If anything, I love the mood we have set up with our audience. I love the way they go about their business. So when anybody kind of fucks with it, I jump on that person because I feel that that is a small fire. And if I stomp it out right away, if I spend 2 or 3 minutes stomping out that small fire, we can go back to fun. Otherwise, I got a prairie fire like fucking crazy. I also have to ask, was that the Nightwave radio that came into our chat today, this morning, and threw in $5? Because if so, while I'm putting this show on Patreon, I believe I should go to Nightwave Radio tonight and throw him $10.
I think you should, just out of caution.
I think I should do that. I should say, hey, don't know if that was you this morning. Thank you very much. Here's some in return. Now, does that make any sense? Of course not. He gave me 5, I gave him 10. It's like that scene in Donnie Brasco where they each give each other like $400 or $500 in a card.
Yes.
What's the point?
Hey, it's just a nice gesture.
It's a nice gesture to show that us creators support one another and all that happy shit. So, great show tonight. Listen, I found something, and when I found it, I was like, oh, I'll watch this because, you know, it'll just be a nice, fun train wreck, and there's some people I like in there. I did not know that we were going to come up, and I did not know that it was going to be so perfect for our show. Kevin Brennan, who I like. And I think you like Kevin. You were really listening to Kevin and Anthony and Bob Levy while you were hunting this weekend. Mm-hmm. And I try to catch all their shows live when they're together. Kevin Brennan was doing Misery Loves Company with Bob Levy and some producer guy they have. I don't know who he is. I'm sorry. That's not like a slam or anything. I'll learn your name. I promise. They had their producer guy. They had Bob Levy. They had Kevin Brennan.
Okay.
Kevin Brennan, it turns out, has been watching himself a little bit of steel toe as of late. Kevin Brennan has been watching some steel toe. And as you know, Bob Levy was on steel toe.
Love Bob.
Recently, and he really had a great time with us, which feeling was mutual. It was great. They had on as a guest Chad Zumock. And Kevin wanted to ask Chad, what's up with this steel toe guy? They claim that you're a steel toe denier. That you think that you know steel toe, but you won't admit you know steel toe. Oh. And Kevin made Chad do the fucking dance all over again. Said my name.
I can't wait
but called me Andy first.
Andy?
Oh, yeah. He had to do the thing where he pretends he doesn't know your name, and then he nails it. Then doesn't know anything about me, right?
Right. Never.
I don't want to give away too much because it is our what is it? Our carrot. You know, we try to reward our audience because we're filthy beggars and we live on listener contributions and we have to hit a certain number. So I like it because it motivates us to put on a great show. You know, it's like, hey, we got some good shit for overtime and boy, am I excited. And if we knock out this goal tonight, we're doing the damn thing. I'm really pumped about this. They bring up steel toe. Chad before Steel Toe was brought up, Chad is ripping Frank Pellegrino upside down. This way, that way. Fuck Frank. He's a piece of shit. I hate fucking Compound. Fuck those guys. Kevin brings up Steel Toe.
It's over.
Nervous. Changes the subject. I want to say this. I'm declaring on this show a red bar ceasefire. Because I now watching that know how Red Bar feels when one of these guys gets really nervous when he's brought up. It's a great feeling.
Was there any of this going on?
It was worse than that. Oh my
that
God.
Guy needs a mic stand.
Even their own chat was going, why is Chad shaking so much? He was pulsating. He was like Michael J. Fox up there. It was so funny.
Okay.
Then they come back later in the show. Kevin wants to talk about Steel Toe again.
God bless Kevin.
Every time Chad wanted to take even a kind of a dig at Steel Toe, there would be Kevin or there would be Bob getting Steel Toe's back. How fucking cool is that, huh?
Awesome.
How great is it when Chad's like, I fucking hate those guys. And having Bob Levy go, well, he's obviously got some kind of a radio background because he's a good radio guy. You know, he's very entertaining. I like Bob. While Chad is being hammered about Steel Toe and he's uncomfortable and doesn't want to talk about it, here's Bob Levy going, I like their show. Fucking Bob
and Kevin combined. They're my favorites.
Kevin Brennan doesn't even have to say anything nice about Steel Toe. If Kevin just doesn't angrily rant about you, he likes you.
Oh, yeah.
Because he loves anger. He loves hostility. So that was awesome. We're going to play that for overtime. If we hit that goal tonight, we'll give you guys the Misery Loves Company. Go subscribe to Kevin Brennan and Misery Loves Company and all that stuff.
All the good shit over there.
It was awesome. Citizen M says, all you've done is shit on Red Bar for being sick, even though Mike's show is better than ever. There will be no ceasefire. Oh, no. I don't mean from him. I just mean on my end. I'm done. I'm moving on.
Is his show better than ever?
No,
though?
You know that his show is not better
That's
than
not
ever.
True.
Stop. I mean, he's allowed to suck. He's very, very sick.
What did we say from like 2019 to 2020?
Oh, no, I think 2015 to 2020.
Okay.
Is peak
2020 was definitely the end of it.
For sure. So anyway... No, Citizen M, don't misunderstand me. I'm not asking him for a ceasefire. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. I'm saying on my end, kind of moving onward and upward, if you will. Rain says, Steel Toe, your last stream with your intern, is he dead? Did you kill him? No, I did not. And Rain, I know that you are a really hardcore April supporter and you don't like anybody else. I just hang in there with me, buddy. I promise. We're going to do fun things.
He hates everything else, though.
He does. He hates everybody else.
Olds,
he calls
veterans, marriage, kids.
He calls them all interns.
All the other co-hosts.
They're all dog shit. He loves April. That's it. I don't even think Rain likes me.
I love Rain. I don't know who Rain is, but I like Rain.
He's a good man. He does his best at everything he does. Citizen M says, I think Steel Toe and Red Bar are better than ever. No bullshit. Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Rooting for a Heineke miracle tonight. Go commies. Yes, I agree. April, your glasses look pretty.
Thank you.
Hoshak says, I generally only watch if April is on. We're going to have to do something about that because I see that from a lot of new viewers and listeners we have. That now the biggest thing in the chat when any of the other three guys are on, the one thing I got to look at in the chat and try to hide it from the other guys is, where's the girl? I'm like, guys, come on.
Shit makes my face hot.
Don't say things like, where's
I
the
get
girl?
nervous.
Oh. Does it make you uncomfortable that they've all like said, oh, what porn star does she look like?
A little bit.
They've probably played that game. Everybody plays that game.
No, it's fun.
It's just,
Which one do I look like?
I don't have one that you look like.
I don't either.
No.
Not very many. They're mostly brunettes, I think.
Any guy who knows anything knows that at this point in the conversation, you just move the fuck on. Loaded Wrench says, I thought she was the hole. Oh, 100%. Big time hole. Loaded Wrench actually had something very funny before the show even started. I wanted to find it. Oh, no, it wasn't funny. I just wanted to respond to it. He asked a good question. What'd it be like? It'd be like really good tonight. I'm really excited for what we got. It'd be like that sometimes. If we knock out tonight's goal, we are going to play the Chad on Misery Loves Company clips of Kevin Brennan announcing that he watches Steel Toe and asking Chad about Steel Toe and Chad's classic response. There's the goal. There's the links in the chat. Streamlabs, PayPal, $260 away from tonight's goal. If you're new, we cut $40 off the goal for every show. It feels so good. So new memberships help us do that. Eventually, the goal is no asking for money from our audience ever. It's just coasting from there. And we're over 6,000 subs. We did that over the weekend. We're over 60-20 now. We want to get to 7,000 by the end of the year. And then by the summertime, be over 10,000. Really looking forward to it. The only second mic I think that really ruins the show is Aaron, but I enjoy everyone else. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mad Max Mardigan. So, 260 away from tonight's goal. We always say if we're under 200 by the top of the hour, we're pretty confident that we're going to knock it out. And again, if we knock it out, I cannot build this up more. I'm very excited about the Misery Loves Company clip.
Oh, me too.
That we have for you. P.A. Cheddar pointing out Johnny's nips were on point this morning. I didn't know that Johnny's nips were
Did you make
out.
him perky?
I don't know. Also, April, if you like April, she may be on tomorrow. Oz always has trouble with winter weather. He also has bad night driving. I asked Oz this weekend, I said, you seemed like you were really tired at the end of Tuesday's shows. He says, yeah, I stayed up way too late and I wasn't feeling great. I said, if that ever happens again, just call in. Not a big deal. Oz has had his health troubles over the last couple of years, and I would rather have Oz rest up and save up every ounce of health he's got, and I would rather have him doing great shows for us once or twice a month than have him force himself to drag himself in here when he's not feeling well. And maybe, because I'll say this, any one of our people, April, Corey, Johnny, Oz, the other person well-rested is better than any of our guys tired.
Yep, that's true.
Anybody we have on our roster is better than a tired other one.
I just want him to be healthy.
Yeah, that's all I want from Oz is that he's feeling okay. And with that drive he's got to make, I don't want to be responsible for anything that might happen if he's not feeling well or if he's tired or whatever.
It's not the phone call I want.
All right. Max Flowers, don't provoke Aaron. We almost lost Lemmy's wrench this morning. Keep him focused on hating the Z-Man. He didn't do anything. Max didn't do anything to us.
What did he say?
I haven't seen anything. Max is just teasing me. No, the only thing I shit on people for this morning was deleting people's comments. I don't, even if they're negative, I don't care. Leave them up there. Let people talk. How many fans have we made on this show that started out calling me a motherfucker or an idiot or a hack or whatever? Thousands.
Well, a lot.
Thousands of fans that way.
If Aaron doesn't have a problem with it, just move along. Unless it's like super nasty.
D. Gulag says, I've seen shows with Aaron alone. Aaron carries a show really well. I can. Look, I've been doing this long enough. I can carry a show. Matthew says, did Stuttering John have a film crew at his home today? I saw all that stuff on Twitter today. This is not a Stuttering John show, if you will. We cover John once a week, maybe. We don't really anymore. The only thing we covered recently was our buddy Perry Caravello jumping on John. We love Perry. So if we can play a Perry clip, we'll play a Perry clip. But I would go to Carl for all things Stuttering John. I would go to Muttering Jay for all things Stuttering John. Those are the people we watch when we want to get caught up on John stuff. I'm not the guy. I am not the guy to ask about those things. Lewis says, any Opie tonight? No Opie tonight. We usually check on Opie closer to the middle of the week. As far as overtime goes tonight, we got Zumock and we got Brennan and we got Bob Levy, and they're asking about Steel Toe.
I didn't even see it.
Black Ornament says, Max said, wow, can't wait to hear all these people no one knows about. Well, Max has a very specific thing he likes, and he gets really bitchy and cunty if he doesn't get it for the whole 2.5 hours. He knows that. I know that. It's part of his charm. So when it comes to this show does 2 hours at night and 4 hours at night of topics, comedy, news, and everything else. Max gets really bitchy once we do a half hour or 15 minutes of making fun of somebody. He doesn't like it. It's just one of his things. All right. Let's start things off. First of all, let's get the goals and all that kicked off. We're 260 away. Let's knock that out tonight because I am, like I said, very excited about tonight's overtime. So if you haven't thrown in your 5 or 10 this month, feel free to do that tonight. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share the show and help it grow. Let's talk about one of my least favorite places in the world.
Same here.
Fire Island. Too many homosexuals. No. Let me talk about one of my least. Let me talk about one of my least favorite places on earth.
Okay.
Israel. April, go.
Oh God.
No.
Where do I start?
Sheila Klein. No, one of my least favorite places in the world is Raising Cane's, and I would not be bothered by Raising Cane's that much if other people weren't so hopelessly slavery-like addicted to it.
So really, it's more like we don't like the fans.
It's like the Dave Matthews Band or the Gallagher brothers, Liam and Noel Gallagher, Oasis.
My uncle went to the Dave Matthews Band last
Dave Matthews fucking blows, but his fans are ungoddamn bearable.
It's so
Dentists
sad.
who think they are rock fans. That's the fan base for the Dave Matthews Band. Raising Cane's is the Dave Matthews of chicken restaurants. Their fans are the most bland, blah, tasteless scumbags you've ever met in your life. But they don't do anything evil or mean. They're not like throwing Mexicans into a pool or anything like that. But you still want to grab them and shake them and go, stop being what you are. Like, you'd almost rather they were mean to people but had better taste in chicken.
Yes.
Like, they went to Chick-fil-A, but they kick puppies, you know? I would rather have that than they're a really sweet person who gives to charity but also likes Raising Cane's.
So you'd like it if they liked Raising Cane's but also set kittens on fire?
No. Can't like Raising Cane's.
Oh,
I'm okay if they're shitty people but hate Raising Cane's. That's okay with me.
Okay.
I don't like people who are not, because I have to hate them because they like Raising Cane's. They have terrible taste.
The sauce does not even make up for it.
You don't get to say, oh, I go to a place for dipping sauce. That's like saying I go to Wendy's over McDonald's because their ketchup is better.
God, I just go to Arby's because that honey mustard, though.
Oh, it's that horsey sauce that gets me every time. So Raising Cane's is utter dog ass, and people love it. And I can't talk them out of it. But to watch them have to struggle in any way, shape, or form is really nice for me to see.
Yep.
And in Hobart, Indiana, Raising Cane's is suing a Northwest Indiana shopping center after being told 8 months and over $1 million in construction later that it would be prohibited from selling chicken fingers due to a long-standing undisclosed deal with McDonald's. Bam!
Got him.
I love that. So this shopping center has a McDonald's, and in order to get the McDonald's, McDonald's did something brilliant. No one else can sell chicken nuggets or chicken fingers anywhere else in this shopping center.
Somebody signed off on that?
Well, you want a McDonald's,
I guess McDonald's
in your shopping center.
Favorite,
yes. Yeah. You can either have McDonald's or you can have 3 other places that nobody wants to go to.
You take the McDonald's.
You take the McDonald's. So Raising Cane's goes into this shopping center, signs up, gets a deal, says, we're going to come in here and we're going to challenge McDonald's with our chicken restaurant. McDonald's does something fucking brilliant. They wait. They let Raising Cane's build and build and spend and spend and build and build and spend until just about to open the doors and McDonald's goes, oh,
shoot.
Sorry, we've been so busy. We didn't mean to tell you. We're the only ones who can sell chicken fingers on this block. So, ski fucking daddle. It's like when Combo got shot in Breaking Bad. It's that kind of thing.
What do you do now if you're them?
Well, you sue.
You sue.
That's what they're doing.
But then if it's already agreed upon, I don't see how you win that.
Well, a lawsuit, that's one of those read the fine print moments, right?
Yeah, you have to.
A lawsuit filed by Raising Cane's in a federal court in Texas alleges that Crossings of Hobart and property owner Schottenstein... Stop.
Don't.
Well, what were we supposed to do? Tell you that you weren't allowed to sell the chicken fingers? How would we get you into the building?
Is this why they let them spend the money first?
They gave us all their gold. And now you can't sell chicken fingers. What? I'm sorry, you didn't read the paperwork. We just assumed you were going to do something different with this one.
Because think about it. Somebody besides McDonald's let them build. Right? Because you have to sign some kind of contract that you're coming in.
Here at the Schottenstein Property Group, we were under the impression that you guys were going to do something other than chicken fingers. I mean, really, when you think about it, we're kind of the victims here. We feel lied to.
They can sell their Texas toast.
I believe we should countersue you guys. I thought you were going to be like a Cold Slaw and Hush Puppies type of establishment. The Schottenstein Property Group. God, it really is too perfect, isn't it?
It's so weird. I hate reading it sometimes.
What did Chappelle say on SNL this weekend? He said, when it's blacks, it's a gang. When it's Italians, it's a mob. But when it's Jews, it's a total coincidence and you should never be speaking of.
Never be spoken of, for sure.
All right, you're the person who mangles the English language once in an often-tude.
What?
I will screw it up, too. The Schottenstein Property Group of we will take down your chicken restaurant and you will go to Mickey D's. Tricked the popular chicken finger chain into signing a 15-year lease. Oh, my God.
What do you do?
That would equate to more than $2 million in rent. Wait, that's pretty cheap.
That is actually pretty good.
15 years, 12 months. That's what, 600 months?
It's just somewhere in Texas, though.
No, I'm a fucking idiot. That's 180 months, Aaron, you doofus. 180 months, $2 million, 2 million bones.
I feel like that's not bad.
2 million divided by 180 months. That's still 11 grand a month.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Boy, was I off.
That's pretty heavy.
That is heavy.
Wait a minute. No.
For 15 years.
I might be a fucking dummy. Hold on. 12 months.
Let's both do the math and see
per
what
year
checks
times
out.
15 years, 180. Yeah. So
Okay.
it is. It's 11 grand a month.
So it's expensive.
Yeah. While never disclosing that McDonald's held the exclusive rights to sell chicken at the shopping center located next to South Lake Mall in Hobart. Okay, so we have a problem here. Is the shopping center required to disclose that McDonald's has the chicken deal, or is this something that Raising Cane's should have been looking into?
You wouldn't think to look into something like that, though.
Yeah, right?
Like, I don't know. How many other places? Like, there's a McDonald's across from our Raising Cane's here.
Look, man, I mean, the Schottenstein Property Group probably, wrote this deal pretty ironclad. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't say, hey, I bet you they don't have to tell, I don't know, the Boot Barn if they come in there. The Boot Barn probably doesn't have to be told they can't sell chicken.
No more chicken.
So why should Raising Cane's have to be told they don't have to? That's something Raising Cane's, in my opinion, that's something your legal people have to find out and look into.
I think so, too. I think once you've struck the deal as McDonald's, you don't have to tell anyone about it.
Look, is it underhanded as shit what the Schottenstein Property Group did here? Yeah, underhanded, tricky, could have told them, didn't. They know what Raising Cane's does.
Shots fired.
They just sell chicken. But Schottenstein's fired.
Yeah.
Schottenstein's fired here. Let them build for 8 months. Let them sign a $2 million lease and never told them about the chicken thing. But I think legally, and I'm not a lawyer, I think Raising Cane's might be on the hook.
I guess so, if they didn't do their research. It went for majority of a year building.
I know. And millions of dollars in
time.
construction.
You could have done that somewhere else.
Curtis Versus is right. It's ruthless. Love it. Ray Kroc would be proud. Ray Kroc would suck the dick of whatever McDonald's employee made this deal and said, you're the next in line as CEO when I die.
Stick that hose in Raising Cane's mouth.
Yeah, geez, that's the epitome of the Ray Kroc line. If my competitor were drowning, I'd walk up to him and stick a hose in his mouth.
That is so dirty.
I love it. I love it.
It
Ray
is
Kroc.
good.
He's my
that
favorite.
That one got my dick hard.
Thank you very much for the $5 from, oh God, who was it? I got to thank him. Thank you to Alex D for the $5 getting us started this evening. And again, we have Kevin Brennan mentioning us on his show to Chad Zumock and asking Chad Zumock about Steel Toe. It was the coolest thing ever. Chad completely rattled. That's what we've got for you guys for overtime. And if we hit our goal, we will do that. Another thank you to Edward with $20 over on PayPal. So we are officially off to the races tonight with Alex and Edward. Thank you, guys. 235 away from tonight's goals. There's all the links for PayPal, for Streamlabs, and for Super Chats and whatnot. Thank you, guys. Cool Boy says Raising Cane's is really good if you mix their secret sauce with the Louisiana hot sauce, my dude. Yeah, but what?
But then you're doing more work.
Right, or I could just go to Popeyes or Chick-fil-A and just get better food.
Chick-fil-A all day long.
Are you? You're a convert. I
will say, though,
you're a convert.
This is going to be so ghetto of me, but the rice and beans at Popeyes is really good. The red rice and beans.
Why is that
or whatever.
trash?
Rice and red beans. Which one is it?
Whatever. Why is it trash?
I don't know. I just feel like that's
Do you see it as a dish that only certain people should eat?
I feel like it's frowned upon for me to like that.
Why? Do you feel like you're culturally appropriating?
Tiny bit.
Oh, okay. So you think only blacks should eat that shit? Is that what you're
Never
saying?
said that.
Oh, Lordy, I just went to Popeye's, boss, and I just had some red rice and beans. It was sure is good. Is that what you're saying? You feel like that when you eat it?
I only talk like that when I eat rice and beans.
Here, this is when you go to Popeyes. You go to Popeyes when you haven't eaten anything all day. You're about 4 or 5 pounds under your fighting weight. And you go, you know what? I can fatten up a little bit. It's fine. And you plan on sleeping a lot.
As soon as you eat one of the chicken sandwiches they have, it kind of feels like it just kind of globs on. Like anything you eat or drink the rest of the day is just part of you now.
Yeah.
For a while.
Max, I tell you what, why don't you hold on there, buddy? I do not have us hooked up into the system yet. That is my fault. I'm sorry. Call back in a little bit, and we'll take your call because we are going to be between stories here in a second. Let's go through the audience here, see what they've got for us. Oh, boy. Right away when we said the Schottenstein group, it was, oh, boy. It's I'm seeing a lot of oy veys.
Oy vey.
A lot of Kanye references.
Every single time. And that was from exactly 6 million.
Exactly 6 million writes every single time. What he's saying is every single time one of these stories comes up and you read the company, you're just like, fuck.
Fucking Schottenstein
I want to look at Jews and I want to go, would you help me out here? Help me. Did I say anything Jewish about this story before Schottenstein Property
No,
Group
it's fucking chicken, not the group you'd think of.
Chicken. I was thinking it was going to be the Oh Lordy group,
Churchgoers.
the church-going Baptist group. Mm-hmm. Instead, we get the fucking Schottenstein group. My whole chat breaks out in, of course, every fucking time. And it doesn't help that it was a shady, crooked, greedy, manipulative deal that they pulled also.
No. They let them spend the money.
Yes, it was evil.
Jesus Christ.
All right, let's go to our buddy April's Parents Hobby Farm.
My name is April's Parents Hobby Farm.
April's Parents Hobby Farm. That other guy, Max, called a little while ago. We'll put you ahead of him. What's up?
Yeah. After that comment about the rice and beans shit, along with Marquise,
Oh, this is good.
I think April should be. I think April should be banned.
You do? You think she should be banned for her love of red beans and rice?
Why?
Yes.
What?
No.
She has a right
No
to face.
specific reason.
Yeah, she has a right to face her accuser. She would like to know why.
Yeah, I would.
Well, the beans are cheap. Rice is cheap.
And
EBT usually can cover that. But yeah, no, I don't know. She just needs to be fucking banned.
Okay, all right. Look, I'll take it under.
She's okay, Aaron. I'll just say I'll say it.
Don't you say it?
You'll understand.
Okay.
She's a you know what lover.
All right, thank you. All right,
No.
well, take it under advisement.
God,
okay.
he does not like that.
You know what?
You had to know that was pure racism.
Who's your
coming.
favorite Minnesota Viking?
I don't want to say or Max will ban me from my
Okay,
show.
just checking. I got to throw a lot of thank yous out there at the moment. Thank you very much to Ethan with $10 on PayPal, and G-Locks with 20, and says it's for a toothy beeger. Oh, thanks buddy.
He'll be right on it.
We're going to knock 30 off of tonight's goal. Look at that. You guys are cruising 205 away from tonight's goal. We have such a good goddamn overtime for you.
Hey.
You will not regret it.
When we get to overtime, can we have drinks for this one?
You're going to want to drink for this one.
Okay.
Yes, for certain.
If I'm still allowed here.
Yeah. Make war by way of deception, says John Smoke. And yeah, I'm catching up with the Schottenstein Property Group store, the Raising Cane's story here. Seeing a lot of, you can't say that.
I can't say any of this.
Can't say that.
Oh, no.
Can't say that. That was not
Stop
a Jewish
it.
accent, Slammin'. That was a property manager accent. Did I do a Jewish accent?
No.
That was a property manager accent.
Never.
All right, we got a counterpoint coming.
Call from
Chicky McNugs and Nig.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Your name is not Chicky McNugs, sir.
So niggas only eat Popeye's chicken?
What now?
I believe that's what. Did I say that? I don't think
He said
April
that.
said that.
What are you talking? No.
April.
Yeah, he says you said
So
that.
so
Did I really?
so just the dark.
and just the darkies. They only eat Popeyes. Don't do the April.
No, no, I eat there too.
He's not saying all blacks eat Popeyes, but all Popeyes eaters are blacks. That's what she's saying.
The Venn diagram will show it. Oh.
So this is why I love April and people like April. Their racism knows no bounds and they don't hide it.
They don't know how. They don't know how.
Marquise, would you go to Popeyes with me? I will fly all the way out there and go to Popeyes with you.
This loves Popeyes.
I got his address. Let's make it happen.
All right.
I'll tell you a drumstick.
Okay.
I personally, Marquise, I am not that racist. I would say this. I think that white and black people both eat at Popeyes, and there's room for both. I'm just saying all the stabbings tend to skew dark.
Jeez.
Hey, I almost got shot at a Popeyes, if that means anything.
Oh, yeah? What
Why?
did he look like? Was he Amos and Andy or Martin and Lewis?
No, this was a drive-by shooter.
Oh, okay, so that answers that question. Amos and Andy.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Push it out. Bye.
Later.
Jesus Christ. Still my favorite black man.
I got a few. But he's definitely
really?
he's definitely in the top 5. Yeah.
You know my second favorite, right?
We're not going to talk about it. Besides, Cuba getting Jr. is getting old.
Oh, God.
Raising Cane's sounds like a Christian Euro hut, says Atomic Citizen. Oh, man, there are so many. Razv Chaz calling what happened with this Raising Cane's McDonald's deal Talmudic tricks.
It is hot in here tonight. I wore the wrong shirt.
It is vibrating in this motherfucker.
I know.
I can tell you that.
And that's just his anal beads.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, of course. I mean, you got to be reasonable about these things. This chat has gone so fucking crazy with this story. It's, after that movie Super Size Me, McDonald's has sucked. Raising Cane's is much better, says
What?
Cool Boy. You and I like you as a fan, but you and I as people are just, we could not be more diametrically opposed.
God, I've given Raising Cane's 2 tries and it just wasn't good.
Honestly, fuck Raising Cane's. They caused traffic jams in my hometown, says K. James.
Ours did too when they opened.
Yeah. All Cajun food is superior. Red beans and rice, says Mark Atkinson. Oh, God,
Which
Rain,
one?
I certainly can't say that. Oh. I can scroll. You know, I thought I'd have a hard time catching up with the chat before we moved on to another story, but seeing the content of what they're writing, I get to skim through it pretty quick. Oh. Chicky McKenz says April does not hide her racism. I love her.
I love you too.
Citizen M says April is legit racist as
No,
fuck.
I'm
laughing
not.
my
I've
ass
never
off.
said that. I'm not racist.
Charlie Pendergrass writes every Steen Singelberg Timowitz. Oh, boy.
We all need to go to church.
Fuck you, dude, is calling When You and I Wear Our Glasses the old 8 Eyes show. You're doing math now.
Oh.
That's impressive.
It is good.
Hoshak says callers are always retards. Not when you know the bit they're doing. Then it works out just fine. Oh.
Typical April. What?
Why do I podcast? Who is Jewish? Simply writing Jew. That's. Troy says blacks like to eat their Popeye biscuits with jam. See, now why are we just being purposely
That's
divisive?
not a bad idea, though. Haven't you ever taken one of them and taken them home and like put extra butter on it?
You see, black people,
a little bit of
she's
jam.
not racist. She just takes all the racist stereotypes about you and likes them.
Do they have cornbread too? I could go for some cornbread.
Here's April's problem.
Uh-oh.
April's racism is this. She takes
not
all the
skin
things
deep.
white supremacists say about black people and go, oh, that would be cool if they were that way.
No. I'm sweating. I'm going to need a wardrobe change.
April wants to be part of that world.
The blacks?
April goes up to like church-going black people and starts rattling dice together and goes, you want to go out back and roll some bones?
No. I've been to a Baptist church in Alabama before.
Time out. Did I just fuck up? I don't think dice are bones. I think dominoes are bones. Dominoes are bones. I fucked that up.
I don't know.
I want to apologize to the black community for getting it wrong. That's my fault.
Apparently, I like charcoal masks.
I
too.
believe Chicky McEns can let me know. I believe dominoes are bones. Dice are click-clack.
Oh, why do you want him to answer?
Because he's Black-Rican American. And it's easier that way.
He's a nominee.
Stevie J says, wait, doesn't everyone put jam on biscuits sometimes? You got any mustard for them biscuits?
I love a good jammed biscuit.
Some I mean, retards put mustard on it. Rusty Grammar says, what the fuck? How did us blacks get drug into this shit? You're not black.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute.
I've let you in my house before. Aaron doesn't allow the other thing.
I didn't say that. Mark Atkinson says, here in the South, we all like fried chicken and watermelon, not just one group, grits too.
Grits are the shit. I would eat grits all day long.
Rain says, I'm black too, like Steph Curry. Oh, that's fun. Okay. Chicky says, apologize to the Hispanics. They call Domino's bones.
I like having this type of resource.
Fair enough. Thank you. Avidian says about April, unfathomably based.
It's not me. It's where it came from, okay?
Fucking based.
It's like in your soul.
She doesn't allow black people in her house.
No, it's not me. Aaron doesn't let me wear black jerseys, for fuck's sake, let alone enter
I offered
his
to
house.
buy you that jersey.
And it was actually black, too.
It was actually black. So stop it with your nonsense. Don't try to pass
You know
off
what?
your bigotry onto me.
He's trying to earn my love, so he's trying to buy me black jerseys now.
Not it at all. 2:05 away from tonight's goal. Great job, you guys. Thank you so much, all the people chipping in. If we knock it out tonight, if you're just joining us, Chad Zumock was on Kevin Brennan's show with Bob Levy, and they brought up Steel Toe to Chad and asked him about Steel Toe. And wouldn't you know, Kevin Brennan, I would put Kevin Brennan in the has enjoyed Steel Toe when he's watched it category.
I want to talk
And I
to
would
him.
put Bob Levy in the likes Steel Toe category.
I truly would love to sit in a room with just Anthony, Bob, and Kevin and just let them be.
So,
They're my favorite.
if we hit overtime tonight, we're going to play that from today's show, and we're going to watch Chad fucking panic. I don't know what it is about Steel Toe, but we bother him more than anybody else to the point where he's scared to retaliate.
And the fact that they keep letting them on Misery Loves Company must just be a bit at this point.
Yeah,
right?
they're
It's
goof on
just
him.
a goof.
You watch every time Chad tries to push back on anything Steel Toe, Bob and Kevin just completely no-sell him and leave him out on his own. Peachy Rose says, why am I still muted? You're not. I just didn't read any of your stuff. The chat moves pretty quick.
You can't be muted and type.
Yeah, Peach, you're not muted.
You're fine.
Lewis, you're not muted either. Guys, if you think you're muted, it's probably just our chat moves quickly. You see, like I'm about to talk about the next story. I don't have the chat up.
Can't see it.
I think it's a distraction when you're trying to entertain your audience to be looking at the chat because the majority of the people watching you are not in the chat.
They've been very funny, though.
You guys have been very funny, but what I like to do is I like to do a story, give you guys some content, we perform because otherwise you guys are doing the show and we're being lazy. And then when the story's done, we go, let's see what everybody's talking about, and then we go.
Or
in there.
just skip it all.
Yeah. In the how big is this fucking guy's dick category, Pete Davidson has a new girlfriend. Now Pete Davidson was with who was he with the first time when people
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande, and people went, "Oh my god." Then after that it was like the Resident Evil chick.
Mila?
No, it was Mila Jovovich. No, she wasn't with Mila Jovovich. Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, ew, that's right.
What did she do? Was Kate Beckinsale?
Kate Beckinsale was
she Resident Evil?
She was Resident Evil.
Yeah.
What was the other one?
Fifth Element?
Yeah, but she was in another gamer thing. I don't know.
Anyway, so he's with Mila Jovovich. Then he graduates to Kim Kardashian. And you think, oh my God, the man can't be stopped.
He's climaxed, though. That's it, right?
He's peaked. I shit you not. I don't know if this guy's dick turns into a balloon animal in your pussy. I don't know what the hell. I don't know if he comes diamonds.
It's that magic juice.
I'm not sure if he plays the my dad died on 9/11 so you can't leave me card. I don't know what the hell it is, but this creepy looking douche continues to pull incredible ass. And the latest example is, you wouldn't believe it unless I showed you this, Emily Ratajkowski.
It's incredible. I don't know what's happening here.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. He's good luck Chuck. Like, it's swing and a miss every time.
It has to be. It's exactly that. Oh, my God.
He bombs terribly with all these women and it falls apart.
So that means whoever Kim's with next is the one.
Right, but it's better to have caught the fish and let it jump out of the boat than to have never caught the fish at all.
Words to live by.
Pete Davidson and Emily Ratajkowski are dating and, quote, they really like each other. Wait. Stop me if you've heard this one before.
Stop.
Pete and Emily have been talking for a couple months now. The pair are in the very early stages, but both really like each other. Okay, in fairness, that's every fucking relationship ever.
I thought he was with Kim a couple months ago.
No, they've been broken up for at least since the summertime.
Really?
No relationship has ever started, and when you're first going out with someone, the first few months you've gone, yeah, they're okay.
I always start my relationships as, they're kind of cool.
He's decent. I mean, meh.
An okay dick size.
Yeah, I mean, I take him or leave him,
I've seen better.
They're saying Underworld versus Resident Evil.
Underworld.
You're thinking of Underworld with Mila Jovovich. I don't know what this guy's doing. I don't know what kind of tricks he has up his sleeve, but if the guy's comedy and acting career ever goes under, he can fall back on writing a relationship book, or at least a dating book, like a pickup book. Maybe not the relationship part, but he could definitely write the hooking them part.
I'm guessing he definitely lays good pipe. He's probably got some kind of money. He's got that weird, like, douchey, cool guy attitude that probably some stupid girls.
See, I think he's got nerdy energy.
Yeah.
He's got, like,
we're saying the same thing.
Nerdy gamer energy. But, like,
he was on SNL.
For me, with Pete Davidson, it can't be the money. Everybody he's with has more money than him.
Okay, so then what's money at that point?
Right.
Nobody cares.
Doesn't matter. And I don't think he has that much. You got to remember, you don't get rich doing Saturday Night Live.
It can't be style because he has none.
He looks like a drug addict.
He has been a drug addict.
He has been a drug addict.
He's got daddy issues.
Yeah. Daddy wasn't there. The rubble was everywhere. Concrete dust in his hair. The terrorists didn't pay their airfare.
Oh.
Daddy wasn't there. Chicky McN saying Emily Ratajkowski is mid.
She's extremely skinny. Like, she's got... What I'll give to, like, really, really skinny chicks, though, is they're proportionate, at least. I think that's good. But she's so skinny. Like, breakable skinny.
Avidin says he's astroturfed and handled. I don't disagree with that. You know when we were talking about Andrew Schultz, who you can't find anyone who actually thinks he's funny, but the management types in Hollywood have decided we're putting this guy out there. He's a good boy. He says yes, sir, no, sir, does what we want, never makes any kind of trouble. He's not interesting or dangerous, and he's so desperate to be famous that he'll do whatever we say. Same thing with Pete Davidson.
Yep.
Same thing. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle says, I have people staring at me. Uh-oh, I just lost the chat. Motherfucker. I have people staring at me like I'm an idiot because I'm laughing so hard. Oh, well, that's wonderful.
Isn't that a good time?
James J. Weed says she posted that it's 9 inches. Oh, I think that was Ariana Grande.
That can't be a surprise, though, at this point. Plus, he's really tall.
That's still 9 inches is a remarkable length of dick.
Is that hard or soft?
If it's soft, he's dead when he has a boner. So it has to be hard.
All the blood just runs right to his
you would
dick.
die from your boner. 9 inches is a remarkable feat because if you're packing a 6, you're solid. You're like everybody else. If you're packing a 7,
above average, actually.
Yeah, if you're packing that's above average.
Isn't that
now.
nuts?
The tits are getting bigger. The dicks are
because
getting smaller.
They're getting fatter.
Yeah,
and
guess
every
so.
guy's low T.
But if you got, if you're packing a 7, that's wow. If you're packing 8, you should be in porn. If you're packing 9, you should be killed, and they should be harvesting your penis for science.
I feel like anything over 8, and girls look at it like, I don't even know what to do with this thing.
I would say anything over 7.
Or
even.
you know what it is? That's gonna hurt. That's exactly what we think.
But don't worry, I'm a whore. I'll accommodate it. Mark says, I think it's just the in thing now. You ain't shit until you've dumped Pete. Oh, what if this is a grand prank they're all pulling?
What if it is the good luck Chuck thing and they're all going for him now?
Maybe. Danger Bear Wolf Turtle says, Comes Diamonds and Balloon Animals got me. Well, you're welcome. Standalone Cakecorn says, she's good for motorboating those bags. Listening to her yap is insufferable. Emily Ratajkowski, does she have bags?
She doesn't.
She doesn't have any bags. She's
very small. And I'll say she's still very attractive. It doesn't matter. In my opinion, it doesn't matter how big things are as long as you're proportionate.
Is she mid? Let's discuss that right now. Here we go.
Her face always makes her look like a problem, though.
She's got some boobies.
She looks kind of bitchy.
She's got some tits.
She's great. She's fine.
I don't think she's mid. I think she's definitely above average.
She yelled at Robin Thicke once. Remember that? Because she was in that video.
You know what annoys the shit out of me about that, though? Like, she waited until he was finished and she was hot shit. And then said, oh, yeah, he made me feel weird. He objectified me. Oh, I'm sorry, bitch. You weren't there to do math problems.
She got to be in an iconic naked music video.
Right. And then she went, I felt uncomfortable. Yes, probably because he went, all right, poke your tits out more, stick your ass out more. No, move them like this. That's called breaking into the business.
Maybe don't be in a video like that.
Right. He didn't. Now, look, if he brought you into a room and did weird shit with you, that's terrible.
Let me show you what I want.
Yeah.
That's a little
That
weird.
would be bad. But everything she mentioned, he was doing it on set as part of the direction of the video.
In front of people.
Right. And she waited until he was done and she was hot shit to throw him under the bus.
Yeah.
I didn't like her for that. No, she's a pretty
She's
girl.
fine. But again, like her face, she always looks so mad.
Well, all models look like that.
Just pouty.
They've all got that weird pouty thing going. And honestly, way too good for Pete Davidson. I mean, in the looks department.
Let's be honest, most of his girlfriends have been.
All of them. Except the one old one. Who was the old? Oh, Beckinsale.
Yeah, but again, she looks too old for him. That was a weird combo.
Pete is a super bottom, says Peach Rose. That's not anything I've heard, but all right.
You want to test it out?
He's a super bottom. Apparently, people fuck him in the anus.
Why? That puts his huge dick to waste then. What do you do with it?
Rain says, April, please put on a bra. I can see your antennas. Oh, you're excited about
I have one of my nicest bras on.
One of the nicest ones. You dressed up for everybody
I
tonight.
did, yes.
They had them hook up because Ye was talking about her being hot in the Lex Fridman interview. Oh.
Interesting.
Avidin says, I'm surprised Aaron just addressed that. It doesn't need to be a tinfoil theory to be plausible. What? Oh, that Pete's controlled and whatnot. Oh, come on.
I don't know.
You can always tell which guys
I was
are
gonna-
controlled and brought up by the business.
I was going to say, was it this you were talking about?
No. Well, he's kind of saying that, but it's like,
Okay.
no, Hollywood does that. Hollywood picks guys that they can control, and they put them out there, and they tell you, this guy's funny, you're going to like him. You don't think Hollywood could have found 15 Zach Galifianakises? They could have.
Yeah.
They picked Zach Galifianakis because when they needed someone to shit on Mel Gibson so he wouldn't do The Hangover 2 as a tattoo artist, they said, hey, Zach, you like being famous? And Zach said, yeah, I couldn't do this on my own. I couldn't, grind it out. And they said, good. Shit on Mel Gibson, call him an anti-Semite, and say he can't be in The Hangover 2. And he did, and Mel got kicked out for it.
For such a tiny role, too.
As Patrice O'Neal once said about Zach Galifianakis pulling that move with Mel Gibson, he said, he didn't just come up and, crack whip with Lethal Weapon and Braveheart and Mad Max and all those movies, Passion of the Christ. He got permission.
Yep.
He got permission.
Instruction.
The same thing with Andrew Schultz. The management, the people in charge said, Andrew, you're a comedian. You're going to make this video. We're going to script it out for you. Make it about Kanye. Shit on him on TikTok so young kids don't start getting in their heads the kind of shit Kanye's throwing out there. We're going to use our controlled guys to get the message out that we want. Because if us management-looking types go up there looking like dorks telling this thing to kids, they're going to go, get this creepy pedo-looking fuck out of here. But if we use Andrew Schultz, or if we use Zach Galifianakis, or if we use Pete Davidson, then it's okay. Then there's guys that break through and you can't control them. Dave Chappelle. Kanye West.
Ryobi says that she's fucked 3/4 of Hollywood. Has she really? Has she fucked her way through Hollywood?
Fair enough.
I've never heard this.
Not gonna shoot it down. And Avidia, if you're new to this show, never be surprised that I address something. As long as I can't get banned for it, I'll talk about anything. I don't give a shit. Ariana Grande is 5'6", probably feels too much for her. Well, Emily Ratajkowski's 5'7". I mean, that's pretty average, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I am.
Why Dad says
average.
9 inches is big. I ain't cutting off 3 inches. Rusty Grammer still pretending he's black, says us brothers roll 10 deep.
I like this, Rusty.
Chicky McGann says she's as typical of a skinny white girl as you can get. Oh, yeah, and you black guys have shown historically you hate that.
What are you talking about?
Just saying. I'm just making a point to my buddy Chicky McGann's.
I've actually heard that skinny white chicks are preferred.
That was the joke. Let's continue on here. No, I'm not reading that. I don't know what their last name was. Gary Crouch says, walking around naked in a pop video and now a Me Too C word.
I know.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
That was really disheartening.
April always looks great, says D. Gulag. Pete and Emily really like each other, says Veldrain. Emily likes anyone with a signed rental agreement, not using squatters' rights as the rental agreement. Bumbaclo calling him industry plant Pete. I mean, think about it. The story's a little too perfect. My dad died on 9/11. Anyone with his kind of drug habit,
problem.
they'd have kicked him to the curb the industry would have spat him out, but they helped him get back on his feet. He's hanging out with people he has no business hanging out with. Something about, yeah, Pete's definitely a businessman, if you will. Yeah, Spiffius, I know you went there to get a sweatshirt today.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't keeping track. I didn't realize it had been 2 years since we did the Steel Toe domain. So I had to re-up it for the year today. Hopefully it's up by tomorrow. It's all purchased up. That's my fault. I fucked up. I wasn't keeping track of the dates. I thought we had until 11/25.
Man, if you would have told me that, I could have just added it in and he could have PayPal'd you for it.
Yeah, I fucked that up. But it should be good in the next 24 hours.
Speaking of merch, I ordered everybody's merch today.
If anyone wants to become a VIP, $250 in 1 week gets you all 3 of our shirts, the hoodies, 2 of the 5.5-inch vinyl stickers, an entrance into a $100 drawing every single month. You also get a free piece of merch every time a new item comes out. And 2 tickets to every live event we do if you'd like to become a VIP. All right, let's finish up the chat here and move on to the next thing. Cool Boy says maybe Pete Davidson was never really funny or talented at all. Maybe because his dad died on 9/11, he has deserved all of his successes. That's an odd way to look at it.
Maybe.
Grank Nutterbutter says, fuck, these 2 gays again?
We're both very gay.
Missed you too, buddy. Fallen the Great says, Rusty and I are definitely brothers. We shoot bones in the alley after bar close and harass fat white women.
But I thought Marquise said that was a...
That's what Latinos say, bones. I think black people do call dice bones. I could be wrong. I don't know if you guys know this. I am white.
We've seen K Fallen the Great how many times?
Keith Sartell says, not paying bills. I know where you're going with that. Don't.
Careful.
I should have just set it to... I did set it to auto renew, but I fucked up. It takes 24 to 48 hours. Peach Rose says, Bubba always pays on time. Look, I deserve all of this. I fucked it up. Jeff Reed says, I'll love you like a snowstorm. Give you 4 to 12 inches and you won't be able to leave the house for 3 days. Spiffius with $5 says, take my money anyway. Thank you very much, buddy. I will certainly do that humbly.
Wow, thanks.
$200 away from our goal, and we are still before the top of the hour. So thank you, guys. We go on another run. We're going to be in great shape for the offering plate segment in about an hour. So thank you guys very much for being so generous with this program. Again, if we hit that goal of 200 that we're down to right now, we are going to play the Misery Loves Company clips from today, where Kevin Brennan and Bob Levy brought up Steel Toe to Chad, man. And Chad panicked his ass off. It was great.
How many gay Fs were in this whole segment?
It was live on YouTube, so I think
can't imagine.
I think they toned it down.
These guys are spicy.
Do you guys want to watch this? I want to watch this only because April was raised Lutheran. And to me, this video I found on Our Cringe today totally encapsulated Lutheranism perfectly.
It already is making me nervous.
It is so fucking Lutheran. You guys want to watch some Lutheran shit? Does that sound like it could be fun? It's a little change of pace from what we're doing. Max, April's Parents Hobby Farm says, Rusty and April's foreheads need to be banned as soon as possible. 195 away from today's goal. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks, buddy.
There's the PayPal and Streamlabs links in the chat. Thank you guys very much for keeping this machine well oiled. Here, I'll show you guys these 2 people, and then you decide if you want to play some old Lutheran shit.
This chick on the left is bothering me.
How Lutheran do they look?
It's pretty bad. The one on the right for sure is everybody in my hometown. Everybody's
Lutheran.
Mom is that girl on the right.
Would you guys like to watch these 2 and see if we can basically make a stereotype out of it?
They're doing it.
Now let's go to the chat and let's see what they think about whether or not they want to do this next. A woman told me to give her 12 inches and make it hurt. Yes, I've heard this joke. I pumped her 3 times, then hit her in the head with the alarm clock. Jeff says, of course. Joe E says, no. Okay, so we got one person who does not want to hear from the Lutherans today.
Everyone likes cringe.
Roll that beautiful Lutheran footage. Yes, yes. Okay, so
dude, I've seen some nasty shit happen in the Lutheran church. You know?
It's 7 minutes. If we get a couple minutes in and it blows, it's not as good. We can turn this ship around. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the way April grew up.
Fuck.
The Lutherans.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back for day 2 of National...
This is so fucking Lutheran. Oh, my God. This is Protestant as fuck.
Look at her.
Oh, no.
Look at both of them. I just noticed the peace sign.
If a 47-year-old man with long hair and a guitar comes in playing Kumbaya, this is probably perfect.
I know a woman that looks identical to the white cardigan lady named Lori. They're always called Lori. Lori and like Pam or something.
Hold on, time out. The bank lady? Okay.
Lutheran Schools Week. Wasn't yesterday amazing?
So
Wearing pajamas to school?
These are the most Lutheran kids in the world. Oh, my God.
They're so excited about it, too.
Oh, they're going to have grape juice and cookies instead of
hot
wine
dish.
and bread.
There's hot dish.
Oh, I remember Lutherans being like, if you don't want to do the wine, we have grape juice. Fuck off, you so non-Catholics.
Hey.
We would have fucked you guys up in a war so bad.
My friends and I had a church lock-in once, really fucked up that big-ass bottle of Mogan David.
Oh, look at it. Look
in the back room.
Look at how fucking happy they are and how like big their eyes are and bugged out, how excited they are to be there. In my church, it was just, hey, you get too close to that old man, he's going to fuck you in the butt. You knew to get in, get out before he turns you into sauerkraut.
See, now, if we were going to get fucked in the butt in our church, we could make the decision ourselves.
Nah, too many women. It would be a fisting more than anything.
Comfortable. It was so fun and cozy. And today is
Cozy.
Twin Day.
I know there's a lot of twins out there. We're not the twins set
yet.
today, but we see a lot of you out there.
A lot of
Yes.
touching.
Twins, triplets. That's fun.
That's true. And it's 100th day of school. Mrs. Brennan?
Here's what I notice about Lutherans in situations like this all the time.
Oh.
A lot of projecting fun with no evidence of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's for sure true.
Like
I'm a
lot of talking about fun, no fun in sight. Guys, we're going to have so much fun. Hasn't this just been a fun time? All right, are we going to do the fun thing? Guys, we just want to talk about all the fun things.
Oh my God, guys, I have just a few more announcements and then we're getting to the fun.
Oh my God.
Can you believe we've been in school 100 days?
No, it's really gone so fast when I think back to August.
Why are her teeth so big?
Phew, we've had a kind of a crazy year.
We have, but we've gotten
Would
through.
you all stop being so fake and just be who you are? I want to know the ugliest thing you've ever done.
Anal. I guarantee it. That's the
I want to
ugliest
know
thing.
the weirdest place you've ever fucked. Not you. You're clearly a lesbian.
Bent over a tree stump somewhere.
Oh, God.
In
Just
grandma's backyard.
on a New Holland harvester. Just fucking a New Holland combine just getting reamed by the farmer's son.
I mean, it's not the worst spot.
We get it. You miss home.
through it. And do you know what else, Mrs. Springer?
What?
I was just thinking.
I haven't taken it in a shit cutter in like 7.5 years. Could you imagine if they just broke? It just all of a sudden went, you know what else I was thinking, kids? I haven't swallowed a black man's load since I was in college.
That's not allowed in the Lutheran church.
Oh, it's not allowed in any
You kidding
church.
me?
This is like the third year that you and I have done an opening together.
No, it's not.
Oh. Yeah,
I
speaking
think
of the
you've done plenty of openings together.
Speaking of the openings we've done together, remember when you had that rubber fist? Oh boy, would I like to go back to the back room and, make some lefse with you.
I'm picturing that room in my church right now.
Lutherans are gay.
God, it was really hot in there too.
Pretty
So
cool.
fun. I look
know.
forward to
I
it.
like getting to tell everybody good morning and happy National Lutheran Schools Week. It's one of my favorite weeks.
Mine too.
Ew,
So-
you two suck. How about the
No.
Super Bowl?
They must not have a congregation in front of them or something. Because if this was being done at my
This
church,
might
everyone's
have-
kind of tittering in the
This
background.
might have been during COVID. Let me see. This was a year ago. Yeah, so they probably couldn't have. This was probably a streamed thing. It's probably really popular.
God fights COVID.
Yes.
I love thinking about so many kids across the nation in a Lutheran school are getting to celebrate National Lutheran Schools Week.
Celebrating we're not in the church that fucks our ass. Thanks, Mom and Dad.
I think that does say that your parents cared about you.
Yes.
That explains a lot about you.
My
and your
relatives,
situation.
my parents and my aunts and uncles would always get mad when you bring up the kid fucking. They do the classic Catholic defense of it, which
Yeah.
is there's so many priests out there and how many have done that. We're like, we don't fucking know because you guys won't tell us. You keep hiding the priests that are fucking your children.
It's not good.
You protect the priests more than you protect your kids' booty buttholes.
Dude, I will say any Catholic man that I'd been with, they all fucking hate church. They never want to go to church, and you're one of them.
Look, if
so,
you got
there's something wrong there.
If you got a thumb in your ass and a little smooch on the urethra, you'd be a little upset too.
Yeah, it seems like everyone everyone who's like that, their elders, like their grandparents and their parents, always are like staunch Catholic.
They defend
and the kids
church.
Don't want anything to do with it.
I remember I was probably still drunk from the night before in college, and I went to a Perkins with a couple of friends.
As you do.
And there was this lady, and she had just come from church, and they were talking about Catholicism, and I was a young college douche, so I wanted to bust her balls about Catholicism. Mm-hmm. And so I started talking about the priest thing, and she did the similar defense, like the big Catholic defense, which was, well, it's not all of them. And I'm like, yeah, but it's enough. It's like I used to use the old Bill Maher line. Like, if you had 4 checkout people at your local Walmart fucking children, they'd shut the place down.
One of them, you'd hope.
Yes.
I feel like just one protected priest is too many.
Yeah. Loaded Wrench yelling at these women, get to the fucking point. I mean, look.
I promise you, Loaded Wrench, they never will.
They never will. And plus, we're not going to put you guys through the whole 7 minutes of that.
Before you leave, they're going to offer you 10 different types of cookies at coffee hour and make sure you're not hungry.
Chris nails it. Catholic Sunday school was the same. Talk about the fun, never get to the fun.
God, I had fun at fucking church, and I think it was the group of kids I graduated with were all just shitbags.
No fun was had.
2 of them fucked upstairs. Like,
nice.
Nobody cared. See, none of us cared about it.
That's
like,
how you do it.
I don't know.
Catholics never would have won a broad-scale war versus Protestant. Princes would have split the empire, and the Ottomans would have went to town on the Habsburgs. You know what, Avidian? Now that you break it down that way, the feudal politics of the era, you're correct. Stuttering John's fingernail says the jean jacket takes 2 uglies a day. Jeff Reed says that plant in the background has to be a bitch to water. If it's real.
That plant in the background. Yeah, they're not usually real, guys, unless they're donated.
They sound like my Minnesota family. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what Midwest. That's a Midwestern Lutheran church.
I actually would like to argue that I think all Lutherans are just congregated in Minnesota.
Rebel Fluff says, stop moving your hands for no reason. Sorry, PTSD from being Lutheran. Yeah. And we're all going to talk about how, and remember when we had the thing.
They don't grab tits usually.
No, not in public. Rusty Ebonics. Rusty Ebonics says April's church just had all the teenagers fucking during the lock-ins.
No, that's true. I think I've told that story before. That's the truth.
Yeah.
We all really looked forward to the lock-ins, but it seemed like only 1 or 2 couples would get lucky.
Atomic Citizen says, we would like to send a prayer to Jesus for the losers and better luck next year. Let's dig into these fried chickens and watermelons that were donated by Jonathan and Martha.
Thank you.
Rincewind says, I feel like I'm home in Ireland being molested by the church gardener again.
Whoa.
Oh. Hutch Not Starsky says, this is the start to a cautiously optimistic porno.
All started by Lutherans.
Rain says, yeah, they defend the sin. Yes, Catholics defend the sin. You know how they say hate the sin? Hate the sin, not the sinner?
I've never done this.
But they don't hate the sin. They're like, they butt-fucked kids, but like it wasn't too many of them. I'm like, how many is too many for you?
They only went knuckle deep, guys.
Right. Their dick didn't even get through the ridge. So therefore. Cerberus with $10 says, woke up this morning in Chicago and stepped out of my truck for a smoke. My nads retracted. Now it's going to snow in Missouri. Good times. Here's 10-ish from betwixt my frozen butt cheeks. Well, we will take your ass 10.
Thank you.
We'll add it to our goal. We are 190 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. There's the PayPal and the Streamlabs links in the chat. It's also pinned to the top of the page if you'd like to chip into the show. If we hit overtime tonight, Zumock getting confronted by Brennan and Levy about steel toe. It is so great to be running in these circles now.
I'm so happy Kevin's talking to us now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or about us.
About
I don't
us,
care.
yeah. Don Lemonade says the Venn diagram of Catholic priest defender arguments and pitbull defender arguments is awfully round. Yes.
We have a lot of Venn diagrams tonight.
A lot of yeah, we have a very Venn diagram-y show. Not a lot of Catholics where I grew up. Lots of Southern Baptists, though. I don't think they butt-fucked anybody.
Mine were basically where I grew up. It was mostly Catholics and Lutherans.
Mark Atkinson says, when I went to a Christian high school, and most of us from the strictest religious homes were wild as fuck.
Yes.
Especially the preacher's daughter. Good times, good times.
It's because you're kept on such a short fucking leash that once you finally get away from it for 2 seconds, you fucking go wild.
Yeah.
I can attest.
Did you give up the butthole? Yeah. That look means yes. A lot of religious girls give up the ass because they're convinced that they'll go to hell if they have sex before marriage.
I didn't give that up first, if that's what you're asking. Like you're saying that Christian girls like to do just anal because they still think they're virgins, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, that wasn't me.
Yeah. Please, only in the ass so I can keep myself pure for Jesus.
I didn't like that comment either because it's like, what, is Jesus going to fuck you now? I don't think that's how this works.
Kind of weird. Loaded Wrench says, I never understood why I've got to take off my shirt to confess. Well, I had to take off my pants, so I don't understand either. And my uncle was the priest.
I just had my tits measured, that's all. And it was always by hands.
Petro says, don't forget April is taking Charlotte to a Lutheran church. You guys haven't been to the church in quite some time.
I don't think we've had time lately.
Did she kind of give up on the whole church dream?
I'll tell you why she wanted to go to church in the beginning, and it's because she accidentally said a quote-unquote naughty word, and she thought that meant she was going to hell for it, she told me one day. And then once I started going to church with her, she kind of didn't get it. When she was at church, she didn't get, like, the sermons and shit.
Okay.
And then I think once I told her, like, you're not going to hell for swearing once.
She was like, oh, I'm off the... So she
I think she did an off-the-hook thing.
She thought she did it. She was on the hook. Okay.
Yeah. I think that passed.
Gray Duckling says, this is how the evening show is different. Yes, absolutely. 190 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. You know what I say. If we're under 150 by the offering plate segment, we're in good shape. So there's all the Streamlabs and the PayPals. There you go, guys,
God,
if you feel like chipping in. I owe April an apology because I yelled at her at the show telling her she fell for some old scam shit. By telling us that Margot Robbie was scheduled to take Johnny Depp's place in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Mm-hmm. It turns out that was actually a thing.
Sure was.
It's not a thing anymore.
But it was.
But it was a thing. Margot Robbie won't be sailing off in a Pirates movie after all, which could be a good sign for Johnny Depp. Oh, as soon as his court thing got cleared up, they were like, we're bringing him back.
I'm so happy for him. Rihanna just included him in her ginormous like fashion show the other day too. Like made him the star of it. Like he's coming back around.
Do we really have to make another one of those though?
No, but you can't argue they're all good.
No, I haven't watched the last one yet.
There's another one?
I'll tell you this. The one Stranger Tides, that one sucks. Dead Men Tell No Tales, I haven't seen it yet. It's got Javier Bardem, so I have high hopes, but
God, have I missed some of these? How many are there?
There's 5.
Oh, I haven't seen all 5.
Yeah, there are 5 of them.
Yeah, they should be done then.
They had good actors in the 4th one. They had Ian McShane, who's awesome, and Penelope Cruz, who's good, but
I will give the first 3 an applause.
First 3 were
I think
good.
the first 3 were really good.
The first 3, the last 2 are watchable. I wouldn't say they're great.
You said you haven't seen the last one.
I'm sorry, in the original trilogy. In the original, like the Will Turner trilogy, we'll call it that. I would say the first one is great. The second one's fine, and the third one is watchable.
Agreed.
The 4th one, skippable. The 5th one, I don't even know if I want to watch anymore. Stranger Tides sucks. The last one is decent. Okay, thank you. Jeff says they'll make this one good if Johnny Depp comes back just to fuck with us. I don't know if they... I mean, how much more of a story can you tell?
I will say if they're going to make another one, I hope it's with him. Because at least it has a chance.
I don't think there's any reason to do one
I don't think there
him.
is a reason, but...
Yeah. I don't... but BITW, awesome. I tell you what, bud. If you can't say anything else when you come in here... I'm just going to hide you because not because you're bad or anything like that, but it's just like, why put in the effort? Like, why write it? It doesn't make any sense. It's just a waste of your time.
I don't sure what it means.
Yeah. It's just, he writes it every time he comes in here. And it's just like,
maybe that's his hello.
I guess it's just kind of dumb. So I'm going to do this with BITW. Awesome.
Wow.
You're fine, buddy. Don't worry about it. So Margot Robbie is not doing the Pirates movie. And I'll tell you why it probably is. It's because he's coming back.
But how cool would it be if she was like his new flame in it or something? You know, she could have been in it still.
No, I think they were probably going with she's going to replace him. And as soon as he was cleared of everything, they're like, all right, Johnny Depp's back. Bring him in. I'm just,
I don't know.
I'm just glad they didn't try to, like, as bad as it would be if they made a new one with Johnny Depp. It'd be even worse if they made it without him.
Mm-hmm. I agree with that. It's not the same.
Jeff says Stranger Tides sounds like a documentary about a young girl's journey with her first period. On Stranger Tides. All right, moving on. What did we say? 190 away from tonight's goal. There's the links if you feel like chipping in and helping us out. Do you know anything about the monkey coconut slave trade?
It sounds racist. That's all.
Do you know anything about the using the monkeys for slaves?
I've heard them used for harvesting cocoa beans.
Coconuts.
Is it coconuts?
Coconuts, not cocoa beans. You
okay, well then I have heard of that.
Yeah, there's like people get mad about it. It's like slave monkey labor.
They send them up the tree to go get the shit.
Yeah, which sounds remarkably racist, but it's actually like what it is. I guess like they want to protest HelloFresh. You know, it's like one of those podcast advertisers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they bring the food to your house and then you can cook it with all the instructions.
It's
a boxed meal, but I'm guessing it's salted to shit to keep it fresh. It can't be that good for you.
It is fresh ingredients. You season it.
What about the meat?
It's fresh meat.
They send you meat in the mail.
Yes, it is refrigerated in trucks and all that shit.
Forgive me for my skepticism. But
your girl Norma uses it.
I know, but forgive my skepticism on HelloFresh. But anyway, they're facing a lot of shit because apparently they use coconut milk that's harvested by the monkeys. I mean, I saw this story and I went, even if I was trying to put myself in the shoes of an animal rights activist, I'd still go, guys, I feel like we're scraping the bottom of the barrel here. I feel like there's bigger fish to fry, literally and figuratively.
Jane Goodall would probably be thrilled to see they're put to work.
They're getting to work. Yeah, they're getting a job.
They have jobs.
Let's give it a shot. Jeez, do we need such a dramatic... Oh, this is their whole news? No, we're not doing their whole news.
That was a remix of the Game of Thrones music.
It really was. HelloFresh uses coconut milk obtained from monkey labor in Thailand, according to allegations from PETA, which is calling for a boycott of the meal delivery service. This is also my biggest problem with groups like PETA. They never want to talk to you. They never want to see if they can get you to use something different. They just want to get themselves in the news.
Yep.
And they don't care if that destroys your whole company.
They're pretty aggressive.
Right. Instead of going to HelloFresh and going, hi, I'm from PETA, and we want to help the animals. We don't just want to suck our own dicks and see our names in the paper and on the internet. You guys are, you might not even know, but you guys are using coconut milk that's used with forced labor from monkeys who are trained to run up the tree and harvest the coconuts. We were wondering if you would maybe stop doing that. We've got this list of ethical coconut farms in different countries where you could get your supply of coconuts. And HelloFresh could go, oh, wow, mostly a guy in a suit here in the United States is going to go, I had no fucking idea that's how we got our coconuts. Thanks.
None of them know.
I'll look into it. But instead, PETA doesn't even talk to HelloFresh first. They just go, oh, these pieces of shit. They're using forced monkey labor. Stop using them. Fuck them. Put them out of business. And the place is like, we didn't even know we were doing it. Jesus, you guys. PETA just wants the clicks. They just want the attention. They don't care who they hurt. They're sociopaths like that. Monkeys are chained, whipped, beaten, and forced to spend long hours picking coconuts. An investigation by PETA Asia alleges. So it's not that different from college sports.
Not quite, no. It's pretty similar.
Claims of animal abuse are alleged at 57 operations in 9 provinces of Thailand, according to the findings released on Monday. In a statement to CBS Money Watch, HelloFresh said the company receives written assurances from its suppliers that its coconuts are not procured using monkeys.
Well, that should clear up a whole swath of people.
Hey, I got a question for you. You guys get the no monkey business statement this month?
No monkey business.
You guys get the no monkey harvesting coconuts thing? Because, I don't know, these activists sent us a video, and sure as shit, it's a monkey running up the goddamn tree, and he's shaking those coconuts loose. Looks fucking adorable, if you ask me, but apparently we're the bad guys in this situation. Yeah. I don't know. Jeff Reed says, yes, they just, when HelloFresh found out about it, they said, you maniacs! Damn you! Damn you all to hell!
I do believe that PETA got involved because they do in fact harvest cocoa beans too. Because I remember there's certain like monkey-free chocolates that you're supposed to buy.
Oh, there are monkey-free,
like monkey labor-free,
like conflict-free diamonds.
But
you have monkey-free coconuts
and chocolates.
Yep. Okay, so the monkeys can't pick the chocolates either.
Oh, you know what it is? I think Hershey, the Hershey company, it might have been, and this is all like. I can't confirm this, YouTube, but like I think Hershey got in trouble for that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Is that worse than the slaughterhouses here in Minnesota using child labor on graveyard shifts?
How young were the kids?
13. Graveyard shift, I think, is the problem they had.
Okay.
I think at 13 you should be allowed to work.
I think at 13 you should be if you want to.
Yeah. But
That's fine.
As far as the monkey coconut harvest thing, I really don't know how upset or enraged I'm supposed to be. I just know that I'm really not.
I don't like hearing that they're mistreated in any way, if that is true, but I feel like that's no different from majority of farm animals either.
I believe they shock the monkey. They don't do things
They've just
right.
got a cattle prod.
Monkey coconuts. Let's see what we get from that. Monkeys trained to pick coconuts. Here we go. Oh, this looks fucking adorable.
Oh, it's a little baboon, right?
Oh, look at him.
He has a bell.
Oh, he's got a bell on. He goes up to the coconut tree. Looks like he's having a
Unlike
blast.
most humans, Charlie has no fear of heights.
Why is he on a leash, though?
Well, you can't let your monkey just run off with all your coconuts.
We're
running a guy. The man runs a business.
I would never leash my monkeys.
You gotta put your monkeys on a leash. They get wild otherwise, and they go and fornicate with everything, have a bunch of kids.
Come home late.
It becomes something we have to deal with, as taxpayers handling all these monkeys' children.
I understand the leashing of the monkey now.
Yeah, you gotta put your monkeys on a leash, otherwise they think they own the fucking place.
For him, climbing a 25-meter palm tree is child's
What are you
play.
gonna do? Pay a human to do that? It's gonna be really expensive.
We're gonna get calluses.
Yeah, and they're gonna take forever. Monkeys go up there, they just start throwing them down. I bet you this monkey doesn't even climb down with each one. He just grabs them, chucks them down.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with the picking. I don't want to hear that they're whipped or mistreated.
Well, we'll see.
Things only get complicated once he's at the top.
He's just harvesting some coconuts.
That's a long ways if he falls, though.
Look at that. Boom. There you go. Look at that. Oh, he's fucking cruising.
So
Look at that
things,
guy.
These things just don't crack
Nah.
at that height.
Look at this monkey go. Look at that little monkey go. Uh-oh.
You're wasting his work.
Now you're going to get
You go get that for him.
eaten by a gator.
Oh
Whoa!
my God.
Holy fuck!
That monkey can fly.
Watch a human do that. I bet you they can't.
Fuck
now
no.
I get why HelloFresh uses the monkeys. They're fucking coconut harvesting machines.
They're badasses, right?
That's the coolest thing I've ever seen is that little fucking monkey jump
having
from
a
one
hard
tree to
time-
another.
I'm having a hard time not calling him my this.
Jesus Christ. Look at that. Ow!
How'd that go?
I don't know what that noise was. I was just excited.
This
Look at him.
is Charlie's special skill, collecting coconuts for his master. And it was
I
Sompok
believe it's pronounced massa.
Oh.
But anyway.
See, I liked it with the
who
T.
taught him.
These are fucking big.
I know.
How do you teach them this? Dude, he's got fucking...
Oh my God! He's like Tim Roth in Planet of the Apes.
What if he misses?
They help him.
There is no what if he misses. You just...
What do you do? Reel him in on his leash?
Oh, we're going to show you how they train him in a second. This is fucking great.
This is crazy talk.
This is awesome. Oh, man. That monkey is amazing.
Amazing.
That's what you see. Like, I bet you if we asked Jesse Lee Peterson about it, he'd be like, well, that's what they're good for. Is they jump from the trees and they live in a jungle.
Alpha
and they
monkeys.
pick coconuts.
No betas here.
That's what the monkeys do. That's the skilled labor for a monkey. Oh, no, Jesse Lee, we mean primates. Oh, okay.
Same thing.
Well, that's amazing, too. All right, let's continue to watch. This is how they train the little fuckers.
With his coconut plantation.
Aw.
But first, he has to train them.
Stop it. You're choking him.
He'll be fine.
Stop grunting him.
I just got him 5 days ago. Can't you hold on to this?
Oh, look at those tiny hands.
Oh, there he goes. Look.
In 6 months' time, the youngest of Sompong's boarders could become an expert. Meanwhile, he will have to show a little more diligence.
Look at them.
Why
They
do you have a
get
broken
fed.
Tupperware?
Dude, they don't have to go hunt for their own food.
But they get choked and shit.
Well, temporarily until they learn how to figure it out, you know. Dude, I'm only buying coconuts that were picked by these fucking things. Are you kidding me?
Aaron only buys hand-picked coconuts.
Right. If anyone tells me, oh, these are ethical coconuts picked by humans, I fuck that. Give me the flying monkey
He
coconuts.
spits at you.
That's the one I want.
Well, here's my thing.
Sompong is
have an
also
idea.
tutoring another monkey, and this one is quite promising.
Look at him. Oh, yeah. He's like, give me that fucking coconut. He sneaks out and picks someone his master isn't looking. Here I'm training him to roll, because that's how they break him off the thing.
They twist it, yeah.
I like this guy, too.
I think he did my nails once.
Oh, look at this little fucker go. Oh, get him. God, this guy's... Look at how quick he is.
It's
He's like, fuck you, coconut. Suck my
to
dick.
twist a coconut while hanging.
No time
from
for
a branch.
love, Dr. Jones. Watch me
Fucking
break this
Rocky
shit off.
training for his fight.
I know. Dun 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 dun. Oh, look at that. Get the high one.
He's
Make him do the
doing
jump.
pretty well.
Look at that.
Okay, here's this. If they're going to do it anyways and then you're not supporting them, their work's kind of going
Right.
waste.
Now these monkeys are being all slaved out and shit for no reason. You're not even buying their coconuts. They're probably going to get beaten harder. Look at this guy. That's adorable. Hand it over.
Don't tug on him, though. He's so cute.
There you go. Aw, thanks, buddy.
Charlie seems
Wait,
remarkably...
you don't even go help the monkeys pick
Why are
them
their
up?
anuses so big?
Well, they just, look.
Shit's just open.
They have big, gaping, weird, hemorrhoidal assholes.
You might get a little drip of ass juice with your fucking coconuts.
Gary Crouch says this is how Planet of the Apes starts. Probably close. Yeah,
Closest thing to it, for sure.
Yeah. Holy shit. Those monkeys are awesome. I don't see what's so offensive about that.
It's just, anytime PETA gets involved, it's the perceived mistreating of animals.
Meanwhile, the monkeys are like, shut the fuck up, bitch. You know how well I eat? My parents came from the wild. They told me about it. I'm a coconut picker till I die, bitch. Don't you put me out of business.
Shits on them.
He shits and throws diarrhea at fucking Ingrid Newkirk. That would be awesome. $190 away from our goal tonight. If we hit our goal, we got Zumock on Kevin
Misery
Brennan.
Loves Company.
Misery Loves Company. Kevin Brennan admitting, not admitting like it's a drug problem, but saying he watches Steel Toe. We come up in his notifications all the time.
He's exposing.
And saying it right to Chad Zumock as the guest on the show. It was great. Chad's response is awesome. We're going to do that for overtime if we knock out that 190 goal we've got tonight. There's the Streamlabs. There's the PayPal. If you'd like to use either of those, we take over 95% of those. If you would like to know, use Super Chats, we take 70% of that. So either of them are pretty solid options. If you want to become a member, that gets you into a drawing every month for $100 as well. John says, that's why coconut juice gives me the shits. It's full of monkey anal juice. Thank you, April.
It happens.
Yeah. Arizona, this next story is kind of hot, if you ask me. Arizona teacher and her husband lose their jobs after filming an OnlyFans video in class. This sounds kind of fun.
This is something I'd enjoy.
An 8th grade teacher in Arizona and her husband have lost their school jobs after they recorded OnlyFans videos in her classroom. A side hustle she claimed was necessary to supplement their low salaries. The problem is these teachers start making these OnlyFans, and then the fucking dads at the school find out about it, and they can't keep their mouths shut. Their wives catch them. Their wives catch them looking.
I know.
And then the wives go and complain to the school, and these teachers lose their jobs.
Maybe the wives should take a hint.
Yeah,
and make their own.
That's the shitty part. But so you got to kind of play it close to the vest if you're one of these teachers.
Here's my off the bat opinion of this. If there's no kids around, what's the big deal?
Well, the school, I can understand the school not wanting their school being used.
I don't know how it got out, really. I guess.
Oh, they got caught.
If nobody found out.
Somebody from the school caught him.
I don't know.
Using the alias Chloe Carter, Thunderbolt Middle School science teacher Samantha Peer uploaded the X-rated videos for her OnlyFans page. So they were fucking. at the school, which are students found and shared among themselves. So these dirty little middle schoolers, these dirty dick-grubbing little fuckers, were looking at her OnlyFans and go, oh, you know what? That looks like our school.
I tell you, man, like, kids know shit now that, like, I would have never thought to look for.
Her husband, Nautilus Elementary School 4th grade teacher Dylan Peer, also took part in the adult productions. Samantha said she resigned under pressure on October 31st after being placed on paid administrative leave and probation. Dylan was let go 4 days later. Oh.
You know, I can see him making a good video, though.
You know what? I was just really glad she got that modeling gig with Victoria's Secret. That was awesome. I think that was... It was really progressive that they did that.
Sometime if you ever want to go on like a fat shaming rant, definitely pull up the Savage Fenty stuff I showed you the other night. It's like sick.
I don't need an excuse.
It's disgusting. Everyone should be seeing this.
To go on a fat shaming rant. So that's her. Oh. So people were subscribing to that thing's OnlyFans?
I'm sure she puts in good effort.
Oh, we got to watch her statement, right? Where's her husband? Who was... what the fuck? Oh, she's got the there's the septum piercing and the nose piercing, so she's double crazy.
She does look better with makeup, though.
All right, let's go ahead and watch her statement.
Hello, my name is Samantha Peer, or some of you might know me by my...
More like Samantha Piercing, am I right, everybody? Up top. For gold like that, awful. PayPal and Streamlabs only $190 away.
Alias, Chloe Carter. I was an employee at Thunderbolt for 5 years. And within this time, although my experience and evaluation showed that I had become a master science specialist and teacher, my salary...
You fucked on the desk. She's really going to play this card.
She was just doing an experiment.
Oh, boy.
Did not increase. In this time period, I had to continue picking up extra stipends in order to make ends meet, such as co-advisor to yearbook club, STEM club advisor. I was mentoring a group of 4 uncertified new teachers and was going to coach softball in the spring. It got to a point where our family was not able to survive on our 2 teacher incomes. My children are the most...
Okay, but there's options besides fucking in the classroom. Like, she's trying to set this up as a sympathetic thing. It's like, nobody was bitching that you were doing an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
The school got mad because the students caught you fucking in the classroom.
You do have to keep it out of school, I think.
And you are not hot. You are hot enough to be a part-time OnlyFans person. You are not hot enough to be full-time OnlyFans.
Think so?
No.
I want to see your husband.
Important thing to me. And I'm already spending countless hours outside of my contract time on extra school activities. And I don't think it's fair that I have to sacrifice my own children's time because our professional salary did not pay enough. Arizona is...
Bitch, where'd your titties go?
Currently ranked 50th state as lowest paid teacher salary. I created a content at the beginning...
Did someone force you to take a teacher's job in Arizona?
No, that's the thing.
California's not far away. I'm sure they pay quite well.
I always wonder this too. Like, if you've got kids of your own, I still don't mind if you have an OnlyFans, but you should probably keep that away from them.
Yeah.
So I feel like having sex in the school that they're going to be going to, or maybe in already, isn't
double
good.
Septum piercing here doesn't have exactly the best judgment, but anytime she gets caught doing something wrong, there's no self-reflection. There's no moment of, oh, here's where I fucked up. Mm-hmm. She's always the victim. It's always someone doing something mean to her. It's just, she's textbook that look. I'm sorry.
Beginning of the summer in order to earn extra money.
And let's be very clear about something else. A lot of the reason that these people like this find themselves being teachers, the dirty little truth of it is, the standard to become a teacher is not very high. And they don't hold you accountable because the union will back you on anything. You can't fire these fucking people as long as once they get in 2, 3, 4 years, you can't fire them anymore. So the standard, you would think the standard for being a teacher would be super high because these people are going to educate kids.
You're teaching, yeah.
But it's just, you've got a septum piercing and a worldview you'd like to force on impressionable children. Okay. How does 40 grand a year sound?
And
come on in.
She's not the worst of the worst that we have teaching our kids right now.
No, at least she's fucking a dude.
Mm-hmm. At least she knows who she is.
Pay for our basic necessities that our salaries were no longer meeting. I chose an anonymous name as well as blocking the entire state of Arizona on my OnlyFans so that it wasn't accessible to anyone living in the state. It was brought to my attention
How are you going to
October
explain away
24th that
fucking...
a community member had expressed concerns to the police and my school regarding video content. At this time, I was placed on paid administrative leave and probation pending investigation. 2 days later, I had asked...
Did you get the fucking kids out of there, please? Reshoot.
Yeah, let's get
that
the kids
an individual that was assigned to my case be removed because they had created a hostile work environment between me and other coworkers for several years during my employment. I did not feel safe with them knowing this information, and I felt that they would spread it in retaliation for their own personal vendetta.
Don't fuck in the school.
Then don't fuck on camera.
You can't do that.
Do something else for a living. If you worked at a car wash like Walter White, they probably couldn't crack whip with the school.
You get nice and wet in a car wash.
But because you're taking a dick in the school building, you left yourself open in more ways than one.
Maybe just don't go have sex in a place where kids frequent in general.
On October 31st, I decided to resign from Lake Havasu Unified School District under pressure. However, I was not...
Ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, 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 diggy, ding, ding. Ding, ding. Oh, sorry.
Not fired. The superintendent assured me that only her, the individual that was removed from my case, and my own family were aware of the situation and content.
What was that?
The fuck?
And told me that if I had resigned before the board meeting on Monday, October 31st, the school would not publicize what was going on.
Okay.
On November 2nd, my husband was put on paid administrative leave because faculty reported pictures of myself that were being spread amongst other teachers.
Uh-oh.
The following Friday, November 4th, my husband was terminated from the elementary school because he is classified as a long-term sub and he has an at-will contract.
So here's what happened. The people around the school found out about the fucking. They started sharing it with each other. You know, these things gossip.
A little bit.
And so then the school went, oh, shit, now this is out there. We've got to do something about it. Mm-hmm. So they canned her and they canned her husband, and now they're playing the victim. I don't know.
You don't have a leg to stand on here.
No, not even your husband's third one. No legs.
No sex in his school.
Loaded Wrench says April has some forehead competition.
Thank you.
There you go. All right, guys, we are 190 away from our goal. And, of course, if we hit overtime tonight, we are going to do the Zumock, Brennan, and Levy thing. I'll be honest, I really would like to do that tonight. If not, we'll try again some other time to bring that to you. It's it's the most excited I am, the most excited item I have for us tonight. 190 away from tonight's goal. There's the PayPal. There's the Streamlabs. Super Chats encouraged. Let's go on a little run here. We are about 25 minutes away from our offering plate segment. We always say if we get under 150 by that point,
yep,
we're looking pretty good. So we're right on the cusp there of being on pace. 190 away from tonight's goal. If you feel like chipping in, there's all the links in the chat. Use them and contribute. And thank you very much in advance. The title for tonight's show, who wore it better, Richard Pryor or Jay Leno? That speaks to the fact that Jay Leno, much like Richard Pryor did back in the 80s, set himself on fire this week.
Slightly different reasons.
Now, in fairness, Richard Pryor was freebasing cocaine. Jay Leno was working on his cars. So one of those things a little less frowned upon than the other.
There's a whole lot of jawline to catch on fire there.
Yes, it was actually, it caught right on a stray whisker, and it just went up.
A lot of real estate.
Jay Leno has confirmed that he was burned in a gasoline fire in a new statement regarding his health status. The former Tonight Show host, he's 72, by the way, still working, doing a syndicated game show.
Likes it.
I love that guy just loves being on television so much that he'll take a gig that is clearly beneath him.
Way beneath him.
Right.
I was so shocked.
Because he's the most successful late night host. Well, second most successful ever. Johnny Carson, number one. But he's one of the most successful late night guys of all time. And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll host a shitty game show. I just like, working in television.
Yep.
The former Tonight Show host, 72, told Variety, quote, I've got some serious burns from a gasoline fire. I'm okay, just need a week or two to get back on my feet. TMZ reported the news earlier Monday, stating that the vintage car collector was in his Los Angeles garage where one of his many automobiles suddenly burst into flames. If you think of it, I'm surprised this hasn't happened sooner.
I would agree, but also how risky to have one of them burst into flames and then potentially the rest of them. If you got a whole bunch of cars next to each other.
That'd be pretty fucking crazy.
That's risky.
Yeah. Thank you very much to Chicky McEns. Can't say the rest. With the $5, 185 away from tonight's goal. Let's, maybe that'll start a rally over there on PayPal and Streamlabs and Super Chats, and we'll get within firing distance here for the offering plate segment. I hear he got into the hospital when he woke up. He goes, hey, did you hear about my accident? Did you hear about this, folks? Hey, did you hear about this? Apparently, the gasoline fire. That's really something.
That's crazy, Jay.
Like explosive situation. Why did we have to bring a band in here for him? I don't understand why he asked for this. Paul Polito says he'd have died how he lived. It would have been a really, really poignant way for him to die. But I think he would argue he's not ready to go yet.
Can you imagine if he just kind of looked like Anakin Skywalker?
I was thinking he comes back looking like Harvey Dent, and he's like,
"Oh yeah.
All right, who installed the sprinkler system in there? Was it you? You're the sprinkler guy? All right. Heads, you keep your head. Tails, not so lucky. Okay. All right. Well, looks like you're lucky.
Oh, thank God.
He's not. Who? The driver.
I make my own luck.
I just make my own luck. That's all. They say you either, die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's all.
You and that voice are so funny.
That's somebody saying, he could be like Darth. Yeah, he could be Darth Leno.
Darth Leno, yeah.
As he was burning, he looked up at Kevin Eubanks. I hate you. I hate you. Letterman was sitting there going, it's over, Jay. I have the high car.
Oh, this is so good.
You underestimate my powers, David.
Dave's sitting in like his favorite car when he yells it.
Exactly. You know what the weirdest part is? So Jay Leno has to go to the hospital. He takes up a bed, right, in the emergency room because he got burned up by his cars. You know who they kicked out of the bed to give Jay his spot?
Oh, my God, who?
Fucking Conan O'Brien. Took Conan's spot. No, I'm just kidding. Conan was not in the hospital. And Jay did not take his bed.
I see what you did there.
Look, I'm just going where the hospital tells me to go. I didn't mean to take Conan's spot. It just kind of worked out that way, and I'm not going to fight him on it. Next year, though, I plan to go on Burning Man. I figure I've got experience. So Jay Leno burned himself up. Seems like he's going to be fine in a week or two, and he'll be right back to working on his cars. He won't change a thing. He'll work on them the same way he did before. He's like,
well, yeah, if you don't die from it, you still do it.
I'm going to do it in a suit made of dried pine needles. That's how I like to work.
I too like to live dangerously.
Yes, exactly. Oh man. Jeff Reed says Johnny Carson comes back as the Emperor. Yeah. Well, I've been creating Star Destroyers. Just been conjuring them through the Force. Did I ever tell you the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? He's a great Jedi master. He's killed Count Dooku. Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Oh, fuck.
Pretty wild stuff. Yeah, chopped his head clean off.
Whoa.
Yeah. You are correct, Emperor. Thank you, Ed. Yeah.
My cheeks hurt.
Oh, boy. All right, 185 away from tonight's goal. Thank you guys very much. We are pushing about 15 minutes away from the offering plate segment where we shake the cans at you and get a little aggressive at you because we do want to hit overtime because we do want this show to break even and do its thing. So 185 away from tonight's goal, basically a little more than a VIP away from knocking this thing out.
And we've got good shit tonight.
Very good shit tonight. I might even sit here and do a show off the air with the clip we have.
Oh, you and I are just going to watch it.
April and I might just watch the timestamps that I have.
I have to see it.
For this whole thing. We got a bunch of other things to do in the meantime. Number one, a white sign language interpreter from the Lion King Broadway play.
Not a good start.
Lost his job because they wanted an ASL interpreter of color. I don't know why the fuck that matters.
Isn't that still racism, though, or discrimination?
Yeah, no, not by the rules they made. I mean,
I'm firing you because you're not black enough.
Yes. They're right, though. He is definitely not black enough.
He's not there yet.
Yeah. So they let him go. And after they let him go, he came out and he said, yeah, this is the reason I was fired. It was discrimination. They said they wanted a person of color to do the sign language. And, like, I get it. You want to fight oppression and you want to fight misrepresentation of black people and white people. But that doesn't mean that you hurt an individual, because when you fire an individual, you're not doing anything for white people or against white people or for black people or against black people. You're just hurting this one guy.
I will say that, and I'll take a page from Bob and Kevin, actually. Like, they just talked about this. Like, maybe those people just don't want to be in that position. And now you're trying to shoehorn people into a position they don't want to be in.
And not only that, like, you kind of feel bad for this guy, but you kind of don't, because he works in Broadway. He's an ASL interpreter. I'm guessing he's probably a little progressive, pretty open-minded, a little liberal.
Most likely.
And he's probably one of these guys who's been like, oh, yeah, I like the idea of more representation of minorities and things like that. And when they advocate for that, it's never like, oh, will you give up your job so they can have a gig? And they're like, well, no, I mean, we got to find the representation somewhere else. So they get bit in the ass by that. Mm-hmm. Keith Wan, 53, has now he's more like Keith Wan, am I right? Has claimed that back in late March, he was hired to work as an ASL interpreter on The Lion King, an impressive gig on one of the longest running shows in Broadway history. The job would have paid him $1,000 per performance. However, a few days later, Juan and another interpreter, I bet you they hired him thinking he was Asian.
Probably with that name.
I would not doubt it.
Yep.
Juan and another interpreter were reportedly asked to back out of interpreting the show after officials with the nonprofit Theater Development Fund, which arranges for ASL interpreters to work on Broadway, determined that it was no longer appropriate to have white interpreters sign on behalf of black characters.
On behalf of black characters, as if the black characters asked for this, I bet. They probably didn't say a goddamn thing.
So now if a black guy talks, a white guy can't translate. Wow, that's
cultural appropriation.
That is really something. Mr. Juan said, what if I paint my face black and really...
Does that help? I'm in costume now.
I'll lean in.
Dude, I've seen this play. I don't remember interpreters. I've seen this on Broadway
Well,
before.
Since COVID, though, like they've really gone crazy on the interpreter thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything gets an interpreter now. The organization wanted black interpreters to assume the role instead. Yeah, but like you said, like that's still racist.
It's incredibly racist.
That's still a bigoted thing you're doing just because you're fucking
And then when
firing.
you try to be as black as they want you to, it's suddenly a hate crime.
I mean, it's it's rough for that guy. So again, I don't think you're like helping black people or, hurting white people. You're just hurting an individual guy.
Yep.
That individual guy now can't pay his bills.
Can't eat.
He's not making a living right now. Like the only good thing I can say about him is I don't think we're hurting for ASL interpreters. You can probably find a gig pretty easy.
Thank Christ.
But $1,000 a show? And they run multiple shows a night, don't they?
A couple, yeah.
Yeah. Losing out on, I don't know, 10 grand a week?
It's a lot of money.
10 grand a week,
in a city
probably?
like that. I don't know how far it stretches because of rent and shit, but it's important.
I bet you make well into the six figures.
I mean, shit, they charge you an arm and a leg to go see it,
Yeah.
so you can only imagine.
So yes, it's I don't really understand how that's going to move the ball forward in terms of equality, but well, they sure showed that piece of shit. That limp dick motherfucker. They sure did get him out of the
And think about this.
sign-in business.
They're creating probably a racist in that guy now because he's been let go for not being black enough.
Even if he's not openly racist against black people, there's like a bubbling undercurrent now where he's got a little bit of resentment.
When you're told that you were being fired because you're white and they need a black dude in there, it's like, oh, so that's clearly, like I just feel like the resentment boils over into racism now.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we're going to fire all you guys and we're only going to hire black people. Hey, why did you write something questionable about black people on social media? I don't know, because you gave my job to a black guy and I'm a little pissed about it. Oh, well, you're just a garbage person. Now we're going to make sure you don't work anywhere. It's like, oh, I see how this system is working out for me. That's okay. That's very interesting. Raider Hawk Media says Hobbs won Arizona. Yeah, I know, because they knew how many votes they needed, and they were still counting them, and, whatever.
Careful.
It is what it is.
Careful.
I'm just saying, if it takes you a week to count your fucking votes, even if you're
Some still aren't done.
Even if you're not doing anything sketchy, you're giving people the ability to look at it and go, that seems a little fucked up.
Much like other conversations, when certain things are happening, suspicion arises, okay?
Yes, that's all. You're giving people time to think something's going on.
You know, something's popping up in their mind now.
Yeah. $10 coming in from 1-2 Skip to my Lou. He says some big chin bucks for the Leno impression. Wow, thank you very much, buddy.
Nice,
so we are
you.
175 away from our goal tonight with 15 minutes left in regulation and about 10 minutes until we fire up that music. We try to knock out the goal, pass around the offering plate. We have an awesome overtime plan for you. I really hope we hit it. If you haven't thrown in $5 or $10 yet to the old Steel Toe Show, I know it's the 14th. I know money's tight for a lot of people, the economy and all that. So if we don't hit it, you don't see us, not smiling. You don't see us not having fun. We're just saying, hey, we'll shake the tree, see what comes out of it. We'll see. Thank you guys very much. Of course, Super Chats, Streamlabs, and PayPal. The links are right there in the chat. $175 away from tonight's goal. This is great. This story was full of way too much irony for me.
Okay.
A 10-year-old boy walked into the nurse's office of his school in Highland, New York, and asked for Vaseline. He wanted to rub it on his new tattoo, which he got with his mother's permission. The nurse called the police. The boy's mother was arrested. Do you know why the boy's mother was arrested? The boy had a tattoo. They arrested the mom. This is going to be gold. Like this is going to be fucking gold.
A swastika or something? Come on. No.
They said that the 10-year-old boy isn't mature or grown up enough
to
do that to his body because he's not developed enough to make that kind of a permanent decision. I am not fucking kidding you. They arrested the mom for that. Putting a tattoo on yourself, which, by the way, I agree with them. That is too young for a kid to be getting a tattoo. They don't know any better. They are too young to be making that call. But the fucking balls on the state of New York, who's one of these states where if you criticize a doctor's office for doing these, cockectomies on underage kids because they feel like they're the wrong gender, if you criticize that, you're a piece of shit, you're a bigot, you're mean, you're terrible.
It's over.
But they will arrest somebody for letting their 10-year-old get a tattoo because that 10-year-old can't make up his own mind yet. He's too young. This is the story we need to hold up to the rest of these fucking assholes and go, explain this. No, you can call me every name you want. It's not going to work. I'm not leaving the room until you explain this one. Go. Please. It's a tattoo. There's operations you can undergo where you can get this removed and it doesn't change your chemical makeup or anything else. Please explain this to me and I'll leave.
It's minimally effective to your life.
Yes. Wow. Stevie J says a tattoo is no good, but sterilization is fine.
Right. I feel like once you've opened up the door to sterilization, like just because a kid said something unlike a thought, just a whimsy one day, I feel like you don't get to say what anything is good for a kid ever.
I swear to God, they're fucking with us. I swear to God, they're just fucking
I see them as just fucking stupid. I really do. And they're so set on what they want that they can't see anything else.
But you cannot, like Citizen M says, definition of a non-story. They arrested someone for tattooing a child. No. They arrested the parent for giving the authority to a professional tattoo artist to give the child a tattoo. I understand this goes against your political bias or whatever. You have to admit, I'm not even saying that this is not a Democrat thing. This is not a Republican thing. Citizen M, I just want you to admit it. Don't be one of these Fox News or MSNBC people who, if it's your side doing a thing, you can't call out a hypocrisy. That's gross because that means you're a Republican or a Democrat, and both of those things are gross. It is fucked up to let a 10-year-old get a tattoo because their brains are not developed enough to make that big of a responsibility decision with something so semi-permanent.
But again, it can go away.
Also, in a related story, a 10-year-old should also not be able to change genders and get chemicals put into their body or puberty blockers or have their genitals altered because they feel like they might be a different gender. Both of those two things are true. This has nothing to do with anything. I have no idea what you're talking about. No. I just told you those two things. Would you agree with that statement? That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to do anything like that. I just want to let you know, because this is not a Republican or a Democrat thing. This is just being a human thing.
Again, it's like arbitrary lines we're drawing.
Right. Let's Citizen M, why don't you and I just agree on that? All right. You and I will agree that a 10-year-old should not be able to get a tattoo or do anything to change their gender because emotionally they are not mature enough to make that call. Fair?
Fair.
What do you think?
It's probably a hardened-ass kid, though, sitting through a fucking tattoo.
That is a pretty hardcore fucking 10-year-old. I got to admit that.
I've had some hours done on my body before. I know that shit sucks sometimes.
Yeah. That's a pretty tough kid.
That is a tough kid.
175 away from our goal and 5 minutes away from the offering plate segment. Let's see if we can get everybody to chip in and knock this goal down because we got Kevin Brennan saying he listens to Steel Toe in front of Chad Zumock, asking Zumock to address it, and Zumock backing the fuck down. So if you want to chip in, please do, because we have great overtime for you. 175 away from the goal. Whatever we end up short, we'll roll into the other shows. So let us know what you feel like doing. E-Rock says, couples eyewear, soon you'll dress and look like each other.
No.
We have both worn Vikings jerseys on the show before.
My contacts gave out today. I did wear a yellow sweater to go with your, yellow and purple.
Is that what you did?
No, that was an accident.
All right.
Thank you for the follow, E-Rock.
All right, before we get into the... E-Rock followed April on...
What a sweetie pie.
Which one was it?
Twitter.
Let's do this one before we get to the can rattling pour us segment at the end of the show, at the last 5 minutes of the show. Of course, if we do knock that out, we'll add 30 minutes onto the end of it, do some overtime for you with the Zumock, Kevin Brennan, Bob Levy thing, which I watched it live. I fucking loved it. I'm so excited. Like I said,
I haven't stopped hearing about it, so I'm excited.
I'm very excited to play that because you know me, I'm a troublemaker. I like these kind of things. I'm not a troublemaker. I'm a trouble finder and analyst. I don't try to make the trouble.
Oh.
I comment on the trouble, which creates more trouble. And then I comment on the trouble made.
So you're an instigator.
There. I am a trouble orbiter. How's that?
You do a little poking, though.
Before we do any of that, before we do all the unpleasant fundraising items, as it were, thank you, Pelt, for the $10. We are 165 away?
Thank you.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. 165 away from the goal. Before we do all the unpleasantness of keeping our show on the air, I want to play this for you guys. This is fucking goofy. Some Republican group made an ad for Ron DeSantis for governor of Florida.
Okay.
And the ad was based around the idea that God chose Ron DeSantis to be governor. Let's hit play.
Could be.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said,
"Don't.
I need a protector."
Oh, boy.
So God made a fighter.
Oh, my God.
God said, I need somebody willing to get up before dawn, kiss his family goodbye, travel thousands of miles for no other reason than to serve the people, to save their jobs, their livelihoods, their liberty, their happiness. So God made a fighter. God said, I need someone to be strong, advocate truth in the midst of hysteria, someone who challenges conventional wisdom.
And someone who kind of fucks with the president on a regular basis just to be cheeky.
I mean, tiny bit.
Because you know what God creates? And I like Ron DeSantis, but you know what God creates? A guy who threatens to throw doctors into a river.
There's a big chance of that now.
That's what God does.
And isn't afraid to defend what he knows to be right and just. So God made a fighter. God said, I need somebody who will take the arrows, stand firm in the wake of unrelenting attacks.
Do you think Ron DeSantis watched this ad? Because it was made by an independent group. Do you think he watched it and goes, stop helping me?
Yeah. This would be too much. This is like, I don't know how to take a compliment, guys.
God didn't send me here for this.
Look a mother in the eyes and tell her that her child will be in school. She can keep her job, go to church, eat dinner with friends, and hold the hand of an aging parent, taking their breath for the last time. So God made a fighter. God said, I need a family man. A man who would laugh and then sigh and then reply with smiling eyes when his daughter says she wants to spend her life doing what Dad does.
I don't think God did all this. I think this was just a guy in Florida who said, you know what, I think I can make a career in
You
this.
shut the fuck up. This is God's plan.
I don't believe this was God's plan. No, I think God was busy.
I think his wife probably sat there and cried watching this, though.
So God made a fighter.
Get the fuck out of here.
It's like ASPCA.
Never stop fighting for free. Paid for by Ron DeSantis, Republican.
Oh,
Wait
so
a minute.
he did this.
Ron DeSantis made his own ad saying God wants him to be governor. That takes some fucking balls.
He's walking around with like a wheelbarrow for those things.
Ron DeSantis made his own ad saying God wants him to be governor. Okay, now I've seen it all.
I bet it's working on a lot of old people, especially.
Oh. All right. Well, I have not seen that before. I have never seen a candidate make an ad saying that God says, like God wanting you to be governor, that's something other people say about you and you go, oh, I'm flattered, but no, it's okay.
Somebody probably told him that in his private life once and it's stuck. He's like, I bet this would work.
Yeah, he's like, that sounds pretty fucking good.
He seems to me like the kind of guy that has the brains at least to see like, oh, maybe I don't agree with this, but I bet this would sell.
Right, like that was more of a salesman. I hope it was more of a salesman thing than like, oh yeah, you know what? I think God does want me to be governor.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's fire up the music and see if we can knock this out and do that 30 minutes of overtime. I am very excited for what we've got. Remember, if we get inside of $50, we do the overtime on what we call credit, so to speak, because we figure close enough, we'll knock it out. Let's fire up the music and see if we've got all hands on deck to knock the rest of this out. Here we go. All right, we got about 4 minutes left in today's show. E-Rock, I agree. I missed the KFC Twister as well. Oh. Ron DeSantis was too busy taking up all of God's time, so he couldn't bring it back.
I never had a Twister. I don't know what that is.
All right, 165 away from the goal. There's the links to Streamlabs and PayPal. If we knock that out, we will add another 30 minutes on to the end of the program, being a listener-supported show. This is just, for now, this is just the way we have to do it. In the next year or two, we hope to be done with this. You know, we try to own the things we are and the things we aren't, and one of the things we are not is self-sufficient. So what do you do? 165 away tonight. Again, there's all the links in the chat. If we get inside of 50, we add the 30 minutes, and we've got shout-outs from Kevin Brennan, shout-outs from Bob Levy, and shaking, teeth-clenching anger from Chad Zumock, and it is so good.
Shaking
and
in his boots.
It's fresh. It's from today. It's from this afternoon, just before the show. So if you guys throw in enough, we'll tack on an extra 30 to the show. Otherwise, thank you very much to those of you
thank you.
who helped us out tonight. We really do appreciate that. Let's take a look here. 165 away. Thank you to Pelt. 1-2 skip to my Lou. Ethan, G-Lox, and Edward for throwing in tonight. Again, 165 away from said goal. Thank you to Cole for the $5. Appreciate that, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
So we're 160 away from tonight's objective. Appreciate that. 160 away, and we are running out of time. It just looks like we're not going to hit tonight. We will roll whatever we miss. We'll roll that over to tomorrow and Wednesday. Thank you very much for the 10. That's going to knock us down to 150.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, Troy. Very nice of you, sir. Of course, hitting the like button means a lot to this program as well, if you can do that. Subscribing to the channel is awesome, too. Thank you to Gary Crouch for the $5. He says, God told me to give this. Well, God has some fucked up priorities, my man. But thank you. There it is again. There are the links in the chat. 2 minutes left in this offering plate segment before we wrap it up for the night. Thank you oh, David, for Christ's sake, man.
Not the same one, is it?
$35 away from our goal tonight.
Wow, sir.
David, Jesus, man.
I just ordered your stuff today. I feel like it's not enough.
106 to David. Send him whatever he'd like. Yeah. Send David whatever he would like.
David, send me another email or message. What do you want?
David, you go ahead and tell you take your pick of the litter of what you want from the Steel Toe Shop, and
one of us.
You've got it, buddy. We appreciate that. All right, 35 away from the goal. We'll let the music run out here, and when it does, we will fire up overtime, and you guys will perhaps knock out the rest. 35 away. If you feel like dropping in, there are the links in the chat. Someone says David getting nudes of Aaron. It's just too goddamn nice of the guy.
God gave us David.
You gotta give the guy something nice. I appreciate that, pal. $35 away from said goal, and just about timed out here. We got about 50 seconds left with 35 to go. You guys are getting overtime no matter what. We'll just let the music run out here and see if we chop down the rest of it.
Let's clean it up for David.
Let's clean it up for Mogan David, as it were.
Our star,
yes.
David.
Oh, shit. I just clicked on the wrong thing. What a dickbag I am. What a piece of shit. I just want to save April. She doesn't have to suffer the beatings from this Jew hater, says Grunk Nutter Butter.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate someone's looking out for me.
Yeah. I'll try not to be so mean. How's that?
Thank you. I have bruises on my legs.
Don't tell them. You kicked me. You kicked me and gave yourself bruises.
We were having a friendly fight in the kitchen.
Jesus, she was trying to hit me, and I just defended myself, and then she
You're putting
hurt
this
herself.
very vague. This sounds very vague. I wasn't just hitting him.
You started attacking me.
Oh my God.
I put on my defensive moves.
We were boxing.
Then you tried to kick me in the leg, and you hurt yourself.
You gave me a couple good kicks. What are you talking about?
Thank you to, I believe, Tyler with $35 and Johnny G with 5. He says, I almost gave you 500. I caught myself. Yeah, who are you, David? Jesus. Thank you to Yule Gibbons. He says, bi-weekly mod dues. There are no mod dues, sir, but thank you very much. And thank you to exactly 6 million for the $2. He says, time to mock Zumock. All right, and we are $20 ahead.
Thanks, guys.
I think since the evening show was so generous, we're putting that 20 towards tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate that. All right, fuck it.
Humbling as always.
Let's go to Zumock. Thank you guys very much for hanging in there with us while we do that. We figure we do 2 hours of a show. Hopefully you put up with the 5 minutes of the what do we call it? The offering plate shit.
Can rattling.
We appreciate it. We get that it's obnoxious. We're trying to get rid of that for you. What do you do? The show continues.
We will someday.
Show continues to grow. Oh, no!
No fucking way.
Kevin!
You fucking talk to him right now.
You did not take that down.
Why would he do that?
He privated the video. Kevin,
what would he do that for?
Why would you private the video?
This guy's not shy about anything.
Uh-oh, what happened? Where's the Reverend Bob Levy's Twitter?
People just paid for this, Kevin.
Kevin, not okay.
Call Bob real quick.
Wait a minute. Could it be up on his Patreon? If so, I'll pay for his Patreon real quick. Hold on, here we go. Nope, it's private. Let's go to the Misery Loves Company Patreon. Guys, you paid for this. We're getting it. Misery Loves Company Patreon. All right. Become a member. Donate $3. You get every episode of MLC. You can also sleep well knowing you're not a cheap fuck. You get HD videos of all weekly episodes. Here we go. Join Misery Loves Company.
None of this is showing up on the TV, right?
I sure fucking hope not. Nope.
Okay.
All right, guys, just bear with me for a second.
But that got dicey for a second.
I'm just going to sign up for the Patreon.
You son of a bitch.
There we go. Postal code, there it is. Just paying for my Patreon real quick so I can get this episode and show it to you guys. Jesus fucking Christ.
That's scary. I hate knowing that somebody really wanted to see this and they paid for it and then it was gone.
I know. People paid for this shit. Chad stole his credit card and he had to get it back, someone says. Scam alert, refund David's money. I know. I feel really fucking bad. All right. Membership confirmed. Get started. All right. Here we go. Now, how do I navigate Patreon? I have one. You would think I would. 3 days ago. He's doing great. That's the last one.
There's categories right there. Or you can search.
All patrons.
What if it's...
Why the fuck would you...
What if it's in the higher tier?
Well, I'll check. Nope, it's not in the higher tier.
What happened? This is begging the question now, what happened in this episode?
What happened to that episode
something
that it's private?
Something private got revealed, maybe that...
Why is it private? What's up with the link? Yeah, people are wondering why the hell...
Can you tweet at them quick? Or, you know...
I want to see what the hell's going on here. Chad took down his tweet promoting it. Bob still has his up. Oh, man, that is a dirty fucking move.
I feel very let down right now.
I feel like shit.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry about this, you guys. Why would you? This is amazing.
Can you reply to like Bob's tweet or something?
Well, people have already asked why is it
and
why
I
is it taken
they're not
down?
Responding. Okay.
Is there a way to see privated video? Because he set it to private on YouTube, and
somebody help us.
Yeah, how can I see privated videos on YouTube? Viewers need to be signed into YouTube when trying to view the video. The viewer must be signed into the account that the video was shared with. A viewer can have more than one account. Since private videos don't appear on a channel homepage, the person will need to use the specific link to the private video.
So Kevin would have had to share it with you.
Yep.
And
how the fuck does Frank get all of Chad's privated videos?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're saying he pulled a unique. Go to your history. If you viewed it already, you can watch it again. Okay, I watched it while it was a live stream. Let's check it out. Let's go to my history. I really want to watch this. It was great. They mentioned Steel Toe. It was fucking awesome.
Come on.
I don't see it anymore.
What? Oh, you are on.
Nope, I watched. Yeah, I watched all this stuff.
Watch and search history.
Nope.
Did you comment on it?
Nope.
Anything like that?
That's it. See, I'll show you guys. Bob Levy posted it. Look, it's private. Nothing.
I really...
I'm really sorry.
Those guys will say anything. I don't understand what they could have said.
I don't understand why they took it down. Yeah, that is really
something
interesting.
Bad happened.
Chad, you know what? Chad asked him to take it down. I guarantee it.
Yeah, but
they wouldn't. They wouldn't take it down.
They love fucking with him.
Oh man, that is really something. This is what it's like to find the members only show, says Rusty Ebonics.
Hulkamash just said to download funny videos, so next time...
Yeah,
I don't know if you can do it with a live video,
Yes, you can. Well, no, you're right.
Can you record it?
I could record it next time.
You could record it.
If you have it in your browser cache, there might be something to work with.
It's true. Go to your, history.
I tell you what, if anybody wants to call back anything they contributed today because of that, I would not be upset with you if you did that in the least. Let's take a look. Here we go. 507. That's not the one. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it was a little before supper that you
open that one. Live streaming. MLC podcast. That's their channel.
Yeah, but that'd be about when you came down talking about it.
That would be about it. Let's see. Notifications. Tweet/Twitter. Oh, we're going to try and find this for you guys. Don't worry. All right. Let's go in here. Video is unavailable. This video is private. Wow. That is really shitty. You can use this tool to download videos from YouTube. Might have come in handy today. Yes, we will absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Next time around.
We're really sorry, but we're trying here.
That is really... I'm not sitting here...
Did he ask... Would Chad have asked them to take this down for fear of you?
I would like to think no.
You don't know. Look how much... You said you were really... He was shut down just by the mention of your name.
Yeah.
I don't know what his deal is. What do you do to people?
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened here.
Damn it.
So now I'm a member of the Patreon. He hasn't put that episode up on Patreon either.
Man, I suppose there's no texting Bob. You don't have his number or anything from having him on?
Do I have Bob's number? I can't remember. Is there at the very least, the podcast audio? He is watching now and had them take it down. Did they? Kevin would not. I don't think Kevin Brennan
would do that. He'd think it's too funny.
I don't think Kevin Brennan would do that. He watches the steel toe shitting on Chad videos.
He loves that.
Kevin may have taken it down. Oh, this says, why is it private? And it was 35 minutes ago. I would like to think that Bob did not take it down for that.
I don't think Kevin would take it down for anything unless it was like his livelihood on the line.
Yeah, which I don't think it was. So here's what was said on that show. I can do a reenactment if you'd like. Ryobi says this is all BS. Aaron says hacks do it. They know that they'll run it. Look, I'm subscribed to the Patreon, so if nothing else, this is hilarious that they did this. But also, if it goes up on Patreon, we'll be able to use it.
There's no way Kevin and Bob would have taken it down because they heard we were going to play it, right?
No, not at all.
There's not even a chance.
First of all, it was going to be nothing but positive things about Bob
sucking
and
their dicks, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be positive things about Bob and Kevin and the funny things they said. Oh, wait a minute. If you raise your pledge, you'll instantly unlock 79 exclusive posts. Well, then I tell you what. All weekly episodes. Let's do this one. Let's update my subscription, and let's see if that does anything. Boy, I tell you, if they did it because of us, that is really fun. I got to tell you, that makes me feel even better. If they did it because of us. I seriously doubt they did. But if they did, that's kind of fucking hilarious. No, nothing doing on there. All right, well.
If you upgrade to the next level, he'll unlock this many videos.
All right, they said reenact it. All right, I'll reenact it for you. Hulkamasha Baby says, Chad listened to your show and took it down. That would be funny.
Chad
if he
can't take it down.
did do that. Chad can't take it down. It was on Kevin's channel. But if he did, that is the biggest bitch-ass pussy move. See, Chad's got to learn that he's already lost. All of this other stuff is just beatings after the fact. Like, the game's already over. You look like an asshole in front of everybody. Now you're just making sure that the beatings get worse. Because I'm going to get this particular episode.
I feel sad.
I'm going to play this particular episode. We're going to watch you make a fool of yourself. Now, Zero Dark Tony says, too soon for the Jay Leno on fire impression. Oh, thank you for the $4.99, buddy. I appreciate that. All right.
Thank you.
So,
reach out to Bob.
We could probably reach out to Bob. Here. Well, you know what? Here's what I'll tweet. Oh, wait, no, I can DM Bob. Bob and I follow each other. Here. Hey, Bob. We were looking forward to having some fun with the MLC clips of Chad getting so nervous at you guys bringing us up. I found it very funny. Wondering why the episode was private. There you go. All right. So, one of two things happened. One, either Kevin does this, he streams it live, and then he takes it down and puts it on Patreon, and that takes some time, so who knows. Or Chad complained because we were going to play it on our show, and then he got Kevin to take it down.
That one doesn't make sense.
Troy says you can wait till tomorrow. I'm sure that the video will be re-uploaded. Oh, hey.
He might be working on it.
You guys donated for that fucking video, so if you don't think if you don't think you're getting that video, you're getting it.
I never got to see it
tonight
either.
or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Citizen M says Chad Zumock unironically just defeated Aaron Imholt. Oh, no. He made it so much worse. So here's what it was. I understand why he wanted it taken down if he did. He looked like a complete fucking jackass. Kevin Brennan brought up Steel Toe, and he's laughing. He goes, so what's up with you and this Steel Toe morning show? So, like, I was watching his stuff, and the Steel Toe guy, like, I was watching his video about me and Gino, and then now all his videos are popping up. He's like, all I get recommended now is the Steel Toe guy, and I subscribe to him, Kevin says. And he goes, this guy says you're like a Steel Toe denier, or like you pretend they don't exist, but then you mention them. And then Chad goes, well, yeah, I mean, he's just, so what? He's just a guy, like he's with his wife. And then Chad goes, yeah, and that's like really hack to do a show with your wife, isn't it, guys? And then every time he did something like that, Kevin and Bob will go, no, that's fine. Like, she's really good. There's nothing wrong with that. Kevin's like, she doesn't even really say that much. Like, she doesn't bring the show down or anything. And then Bob's like, yeah, I have my wife on my show. It just makes sense. You know, if you're in the same house, pop on, let's do a show together. So that doesn't land. And then Chad goes, yeah, they're this show. I guess they're from Minnesota. And then Kevin goes, so that's his wife? He goes, yeah, that's his wife. Or like, that's his second wife. And then Kevin goes, yeah, that's like normal now. He goes, everybody has those. He's like, that's totally normal. And Bob's like, yeah, I've had like 6 of them. So every time Chad tries to shit on us, Bob and Kevin are like, yeah, that's not the dig that you think it is.
Okay. So he's not owning anyone.
Yeah. So he doesn't land. And then he goes, well, all those guys are, oh no, this one was later. So then as Kevin's talking about it, yeah, I like that show. I watch their videos, so on and so forth. Chad goes, yeah, his name's like Andy, or it's like, it's Aaron. His name's Aaron. Yeah, it's Aaron. And he's in Minnesota, and I guess they're married. Like, he's still doing the I guess, I think I know, I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden, Kevin and Bob keep talking about it. Chad does this horseshit fucking side reference that has nothing to do with Steel Toe.
Off topic.
Just to change the subject. And it worked. It threw those guys off the Steel Toe thing, and then Chad was free. Then, about an hour later, Kevin comes back, and he goes, so do you want to say anything about this Steel Toe guy? He brings Steel Toe up again. And Zumock goes, no. And Kevin goes, yeah, he does a show like every day. It's like, how do you have that much stuff to like talk about? And Bob goes, oh, he's got radio chops. Like, he's obviously got a radio background. He does a good show. I like his show, Bob says. And Chad is just doing the shakes. Like, the one thing I wanted to play from this video is Chad shaking like a fucking twig in the wind. It was so great. And then he goes, he tries to say something bad about Steel Toe again, and these guys just keep going on and on about how like good our show is, and Bob's like, oh yeah, I did that show, I liked it.
Bob's great.
Yeah. Chad's like, well, all these nerds like Carl and all of that, they're just trying to be Opie and Anthony. And then Kevin goes, well, Carl's good, Carl does a good job too. Like, everybody Chad keeps trying to shit on,
well,
Bob and Kevin just keep going, no, those guys are good, they're fine.
Even the comment, oh, they're all just trying to be O and A, I don't think that's an insult either. That's a damn fine show. Or
no,
it was.
Not at all. I don't see that as an insult whatsoever. Bub says Chad must be broken. Dude, I know Citizen M is like, oh, this is kind of a win for him. Not at all. Dude, if this guy broke so bad that he told Kevin to private the video.
He would have had to beg, though. I don't see that.
Kevin actually privated the video. That would be so fucking good for us. That would be so great. And it's such a Chad thing to do, to think that you've actually got the high ground only to fuck yourself harder by just putting this off for another day. Oh, if he doesn't release that episode.
I just don't see it happening. I wonder if he's not doing something to the video, for now.
He might be. He could be re-uploading
I don't see Kevin taking that shit down for the likes of a Chad Zumock.
No, I don't see Kevin taking an episode down for Chad at all. He's either taking it down to re-upload it, or he's taking it down to put it up on his Patreon.
Right.
One of the two. But I tell you, man, it would be such... Here's the victory for Chad. People are, like Citizen M said, oh, that's a win for him, the video getting taken down. I don't think so. The win would be if he had nothing to do with it being taken down and Kevin Brennan goes, I didn't like that episode, I'm not putting it up. That would be the victory. But if Chad actually asked Kevin to take it down, that is such a huge win for us. Because if you thought we were in his head before, if he's begging for episodes to be taken down just because he's so worried about what we'll say, that warms my heart a lot. B Dabbler says they took it down around 4 p.m. Mountain Time. That's 5 p.m. So that had nothing to do with us. Kevin's taking it down to put it up on Patreon and re-upload it on YouTube.
Sure, because there's no way you even announced that you'd be watching it.
100% that's what happened. All right, thank you, B Dabbler. I appreciate it. By the way, guys, if you like the Stuttering John and that universe stuff, go follow B Dabbler. He's great. He's the guy with the luchador mask on.
Yeah.
Who does the wacky fucking animations and shit. I like that guy. Go subscribe to B Dabbler and watch some of his stuff. It's really, really fun. I mean, he really leans into that gimmick. Oh, Grank Nutterbutter says it's not a win. He is still a gay man forever and ever and ever.
Amen.
Citizen M says I might have to jump ship from Steel Toe to Mondays with Mazer. Oh no. Please don't. Please don't. Nick Adams says there is no way this is a Zumock win. No matter why it's not up, Chad loses. Well, when the video goes back up, we're going to play it on this show. Here's what we're going to do. Okay. Tomorrow night, if it's up on Patreon, we'll play it to start tomorrow night's show.
Got it.
Because we owe it to you guys because we promised it to you for overtime.
Yep. Whenever
the latest Misery Loves Company comes out, whether it's on YouTube or Patreon,
we'll be watching.
We're going to be playing it for you guys. And you're going to get to enjoy it. Bill Loney says, I was trying to send a super chat to pimp you out, my guy. It's fine. We knocked out our goal. Just save that for another show. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you.
Drop his link in the chat, please, to B Dabbler. Hey, B Dabbler, you want to go ahead and drop your link in the chat? Go ahead. People would like it so they can go subscribe to you.
Yes, sir.
B Dabbler's a good dude. A good guy. Citizen M says, it's only funny because Zumock is a loser. If he was Aaron's competitor, it wouldn't be funny. Yeah, he is just kind of a guy we pick on. I wouldn't say he's a competitor. I mean,
probably not at all.
The numbers, the numbers are well in our favor.
Do you have a dry bar special?
God damn it, April. I wish you wouldn't have brought that up.
That's what I thought.
I wish you wouldn't have brought that up. All right, I'll go to B Dabbler's YouTube. B Dabbler. 811. Fuck that. This guy deserves way more than 800.
At least 1,000.
He deserves way more than that. There you go, guys. There's B Dabbler's link.
Get him up.
Right there in the chat. What's his latest one? Oh, he covered the Perry Caravello thing?
Yes, he did.
B Dabbler episode 10. Scary Perry, quite contrary. Oh, a geez. All right, let's watch a little B Dabbler here.
Greetings, Dabblers. Tonight, the part of Stuttering
She's
John
so
will be played
goofy.
by Scary Perry Caravello.
Perry Caravello? Scary, what Perry? No Stuttering John? What happened to Stuttering John?
No one knows where he is. He's a drunk. I can't even do Drunk of the Week.
No Stuttering John? No Drunk of the Week?
Fucking Seinfeld.
Who is Perry Caravello?
The greatest.
Perry Caravello is a man who dabbles in many different areas. He's an actor.
He's stone fucking
trapped like
fury.
a rat now, huh? Now let's see who the bad guy really is.
He's dabbled in stand-up comedy.
Now, you might be laughing. Oh, fuck. Wait a second. Where's that chair?
He's dabbled in skateboarding. Perry is extremely lactose intolerant.
Carvel ice cream? Birthday cake. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
By the way, Perry's whole gimmick is he does this stream and people fuck with him and they send him gifts in the mail and it litters his entire apartment. He can't keep it clean. And he flips out on his live stream all the time. He threatens to cut off the stream.
Gets so mad.
He's going to rage quit in the middle of all of them. People send him money and just play pranks on him.
Say shitty things.
Perry's the best. I love Perry Caravello. And if you haven't seen Windy City Heat, you have to watch it.
Carvel ice cream, birthday cake, and a gallon of motherfucking milk? Are you fucking kidding me?
I love
Perry's
that
address
Dabbler.
is well known, and people send him things constantly.
Look at that chair.
Coming back.
They sent him 3 things of milk.
2, 3.
All right, so that's B Dabbler's
Look
channel.
at that figure, though.
Yeah, oh, Perry's a specimen for sure. Go check out B Dabbler's channel. I'm going to put the link in the chat one more time. There you go. Ryan Bardwell says Alex Stein is better. Just saying. No, not even close. Not even fucking close.
What?
First of all, Alex Stein's been around for what, 9 months, 10 months? Perry Caravello's been around for almost 30 years. He's a fucking legend.
Why are they in the same conversation?
They're not. No, but there are very few in the conversation. Here's who's in the conversation with Perry. Beetlejuice. That's it. Beetlejuice.
And that's a compliment.
Yeah, I mean that is a compliment. Beetlejuice and Perry are 1A and 1B, in my opinion. All right, so I'm on Kevin's Patreon. Now this video is going to be even better to go through tomorrow because now there's this buildup.
Watch it drop at like 10, 11.
I know. Watch it. Yeah, it drops right after our evening show. They milked his man boobs, and that's how they got those gallons of milk. I had no idea. Old Timer says, B Dabbler, go live tonight. Yeah, we'd share that link. The mayor of Chicago. No. Not that Beetlejuice. Howard Stern's Beetlejuice. Chris says, Alex Stein looks up to Jesse P.S. Now, Jesse's takedown of Alex Stein was actually pretty good.
What is Beetlejuice up to now? What's he do?
Follow him on Twitter. He's got all kinds of shit going on.
I think I do. I don't see a tweet.
So far, nothing from Bob Levy regarding the Misery Loves Company.
Did somebody fucking
thing
die? Like, what happened?
It's just really
It does
strange.
Seem unnatural.
Yeah, very
unusual.
odd. We have Gino Bisconte on the show tomorrow, 10:45. So here's what I'm going to do for you fans. Here's something. I feel bad for the way tonight's overtime went. And I should have checked on this. It's my fault. I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow for the morning show, it may very well be April and I. Oz has a problem with dark driving and bad weather and stuff like that, so he may not.
We will see.
He may not be able to make it. If it's April and I, what I'm going to do is we're going to try to hit our goal tomorrow, but we're going to do overtime no matter what. And I am going to do the show all the way through to Gino's interview at 10:45, and then we'll go right through to Gino, and then at the end of that, we'll end the stream. It could be a 6-hour show tomorrow. We could be doing a 6-hour show with Gino Bisconte at the end. So if you want to watch Gino tomorrow, I know Gino is very controversial. People hate him. People love him. Watch him for whatever reason. I want to talk to him about the Brennan stuff, the Levy stuff. Talk to him about Compound. Talk about all that stuff. I hope you guys enjoy us doing an interview with Gino Bisconte. And then next week, I'd like to have Kevin Brennan on. Oh, yeah. I reached out to Perry Caravello's people.
I like Kevin now.
I'd like to have Kevin on the show. I'd like Kevin to get the fucking show up. Here's my thing, though. If Misery Loves Company is a Patreon thing, then I can understand why he did it live and then took it off of YouTube.
I can't do it. To me, that's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so. Lemmy says Chad should just concede. Bend the knee, Chad. Bend the knee. I think he should.
I think he should just sit down and say, I love Steel Toe. I love Aaron.
Chris says, ask about Red Bar, please. I'll ask him about all of it. Red Bar, the whole deal. Then we've got, I guess we could reach out to Kumia, too. I could DM him now that we're follow buddies on Twitter.
How cute.
He really enjoyed our Opie segment that we did. And it was just very, I mean, I'm still kind of, I forget that Anthony Cumia watched our shit, retweeted it, laughed, and said, this guy's fucking hilarious. I recommend Steel Toe. Just really, really cool. So, to make it up to you guys for how fucking misjudged I did this overtime, what we're going to do is tomorrow, we're going to do a full show until about 11, I'd say 11:30. We'll go until 6 a.m. to 11:30, about a 5.5 hour show tomorrow. And then the Gino interview.
Yep.
We'll just do it straight through. And then we'll post the Gino interview as its own clip later in the day. Perfect. Chicky says, now you must do tax. If elected, I will serve. Put it that way. Kumia will shit on Zumock with you. I know he will. That would be a lot of fun. To, shit on Opie and shit on Zumock with Anthony Cumia. That would be...
God, how cool would that be for you? That's just...
That would be pretty awesome. Follow B Dabbler. Subscribe to his channel. Join us tomorrow morning for the morning show. I'm sorry this didn't work out the way we expected it to. Again, anyone who contributed to this program to see a certain thing, if you feel like taking that back, either get in touch with me, I'll get it back to you, or charge it back, whichever one you'd like to do. We will honor that because we did not give you the product that we promised. However, that product will be coming to you. I promise we will roll that video. So thank you guys very much. I think the show was great regardless.
It was very fun.
But
I had fun tonight.
I would have liked the cherry on top being that video. Citizen M says, R.I.P. Zumock, it's coming. I'll tell you this, guys. I'm so excited because this is the most damning Zumock versus Steel Toe thing he's ever been a part of. It was two comedians he looks up to. Them saying, this guy's really good. Would you like to trash the guy? And then everything Zumock had, the other guys went, oh, that's fine. That's pretty cool. And Bob going, oh, I've been on his show. I like him. He's got a good radio background. He's a radio guy. Oh, it's going to be exciting. Ladies Man says, the watermelon bit, just play it. We already played some Petey Green.
You did today, yeah.
Thank you to Cerberus for the $2. He says, update from KCMO. It's snowing now. All right, before we go, let's take a look at the Eagles score. Oh, my God, the Commanders are winning by 2 with 13:02 left, and they're marching in Philly territory.
Can it be done?
Let's go, Commanders. All right, guys, thank you very much for all your help and support. April, thank you.
Thank you.
And we will talk to you tomorrow morning.